add myself to the stream. Not live on YouTube yet. Oh, I am. Good afternoon, people. Lost Souls, Tiff, Gypsy. All right. Oh, I muted that. I'm getting a kin loop here.
Talking to yourself then?
Yeah, talk to myself and anybody. You know what I'm like. If you're still listening, James, yeah, don't worry about it, mate. Work's got to come first. Hi, Box. Good afternoon. Just wait for a few more to come in.
YouTube just crashed.
Hey?
My YouTube just crashed.
Oh, I thought you said mine had. Stitch, good afternoon, sweetheart. Oh, I don't need to look down there, do I? What am I fucking doing here? Sorry, guys, I'm just getting myself sorted out as usual. You know what I'm bloody like. Right, let's get that off of there. I want that up there. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, if I've got time, Gypsy, I'll have a look at that, mate. I don't seem to have a lot of time left during the days at the moment. It's I'm here, there, and everywhere at the moment. Thank you, Stitch. Yeah, hi, Saul. I will be posting the StreamYard link up there in a minute. There's electrical sound coming through. I noticed it on your videos too. Yeah, that might be that I've got the mic gain up. It might even be that the mic is picking up the fan from the computer, which is under the table. All right, Gypsy, you take care of yourself, buddy. Thanks for dropping in, mate. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. Well, we got 15 watching already. Phil, good afternoon to you, mate. Can't hear anything. Yeah, it's probably her ears you can hear ringing. Who else we got out there? No, it's a fan. It's not a fan sound. I don't know whether I can do this while I'm using the mic. Let me just see if I can go into the sound control panel. If I can turn the mic gain down a bit, that might. That one up. That one down a bit. Right, if you can tell me, Lost Souls, once I look back at... Oh, what the fuck have I done now? Once I look back at the chat, whether that's made any difference. Yeah, it might be the computer. As I say, it's...
Don't wear headphones.
It's literally under there. Oh, that will take your headphones off. Who else we got in here then? Come on then, people. Make yourself known in the chat. You can hear it too, can you, Stitch? I haven't got a clue what that is then. Nothing on over there. That's the only thing I can think of is it's got to be the computer. Rob, good afternoon. Loafer, good afternoon, mate. just lurking, multitasking. Yeah, that gets harder as you get older. Resistor of an LED. I don't know where that's coming from then, Holly. I really don't. Shouldn't be anything down there.
I can't hear anything through the phone.
No. I can hear my phone. Right then, let's...
As long as you only got 2 dog listeners out there, we'll be all right. I can't hear it.
Yeah, if anybody's got dogs, don't let them put the headphones on. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, so you are a mad woman.
Right, as soon as that gets above that stupid bloody heart thing that's in the corner of the chat all the time. There we go. If anybody wants to pop up, if it's some of you that I don't know, you will be vetted and asked to do something in the back room. If you're a newcomer, sorry, it's something that we have to go through now due to the absolute idiots that you do get around these live streams sometimes. Gore bombers, porn bombers, and there is some big people that I just don't particularly want up there anyway. So, Moo, good afternoon. Welcome. That sounds like a Disney film, doesn't it? Moo Mooa. Sorry, mate. Well, there's been quite a bit going on in the news lately, hasn't there? I haven't been keeping up too much on it, on these selected parts. But it's interesting to hear that old Roland Rat is starting a free speech campaign. After everything that they've passed in law and what they've got lined up for it, he wants to start a free speech campaign. Now, is this the start of the big U-turn that I said we're likely to see leading up to an election? Is he going to overturn a lot of other things and turn back on them? I found that this woman. That was. Yeah, I didn't see the Daily Wire one, but I actually saw a video of something along them lines the other day, Rob. I can't remember who it was now. But yeah, they do it because they can't answer the question. They know which way the answer is going to go. Afternoon, Paris, or evening in your case over there. Yeah, it's like with the boats. We're going to stop the boats. Our first priority is stop the boats. Yet he's done nothing to stop them. Everything they've done is to encourage it more than anything. Again, with this new WHO treaty that they're on about. Now, most countries should be against that. In fact, there's a lot of countries in Europe that have said if the EU force them to sign and adopt it, they will leave the EU. I think we should do the same because technically we are still connected to the EU. So the way they operate still does affect us. But we should never give away our sovereignty. We should never give away the power to make laws and powers for ourselves. We shouldn't let any other country do it. You know, that's just my opinion. No, he doesn't, Rob. He doesn't. He's Well, you can't even say he's there for the money, because the money he earns in what he's doing, he doesn't need. It's the money he's getting because of what he's doing in his personal bank that is the issue that I see. He's not there for the money. Not actually from the job. Actually, I can hear her. I was going to say I'll turn my computer off to see it's that, but that ain't going to be a lot of fucking good, is it?
Yeah, that stopped it. Oh my God.
Afternoon, Sol. Adrian, good afternoon, buddy. Welcome. Yeah, turn the computer off, wipe everything out that I'm doing at the moment so I can see if that's what's making the noise. You can see why I have so much problem with tech, can't you, when I think like that? Afternoon, Bulldog. Patriot, yes, good afternoon, buddy. You said you was going to drop in today, so welcome. Yeah, Lover. I'm going to have to get a Faraday cage put over the window. Yes, I did, Tiffany. I've been taking my herbal meds from about mid-morning, actually, if I'm honest. The legs were aching a bit this morning, had a bit of a restless night. So, yes, it was Mrs. W. For those that don't know, that's Mrs. W sat in the background there.
Hello, I'm Mrs. W.
Wishing back on Ukraine voice. Yeah, when you look at them, Para, yeah, you're right, isn't it?
I'm going to go upstairs and I'll have this and join you up there.
Okay. Good afternoon, KP. Yeah, as I've always said, KP, Guy Fawkes was the only person that's walked into Parliament with honest intent. Heather does have to nip back upstairs shortly. She's on a course, an online course. Plus, she's got a doctor's phone call this afternoon as well. So, if she does come back on, she'll probably come up on her own camera from up there when she gets a break.
I can multitask.
Yeah, you've had to looking after me, haven't you?
I've got to write a job application.
Oh, yeah. No, so some of you know the course that Heather's on. It's to do with the civil service, doing computer work and what have you in there. No, she had a job application pop up through that this morning. And it was something to do with a police investigative unit. There's a job going, seeing how, showing how old things run, trying to keep the stations running smoothly and shit like that. I thought, oh my God, yeah. It's Grumpy's insider. Oh yeah, she'd have to deal with the public freedom of information requests and stuff like that.
Should I apply? One for yes, two.
Well, you'd have to go through the security check, which would mean checking out your partner, and you stand no fucking chance to.
I could wreak havoc.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, thank you, Holly.
Right. Right, now, before we go any further, people, well, we've got a few in here. I'm just going to put something out there. For those guys that are in here that frequent other channels, I don't have a problem with you being in here. You're more than welcome. Honestly, you're absolutely more than welcome in here, because I only have it respectful in here. But I just want to show you something. Now, there's one little troublemaker that goes in these channels, and he does stir up a lot of trouble. And I'm not talking about Nathan, by the way. And he's always said he never appears on panels. He hasn't got the equipment or anything like that. Right, now, let's get this up there. Well, would you believe that there is Mr. Upton on a panel? Now, he was on there. Oh, I've lost my cursor. He was on there for about 20 minutes. And the only words that came out of his mouth was to admit that he was a troll. And he does what he does because he gets enjoyment out of it. And he openly admitted that on that stream. Now, that stream, if you want to go back and watch it at any point, it's on the Pap Lives. It was, I think it was the 16th or 17th of January this year. And if you go back through this stream, it will give you the timestamp. Now, I'm not saying this or showing you this to cause trouble or kick off an argument. What I'm actually doing is telling you and showing you how these people are manipulative. Sorry, guys. But having said that, you guys are more than welcome in here. Adrian, you are brilliant, mate. You've always been respectful to me. And as far as I know, I've always been respectful to you. But I just wanted to get that cleared up, because every time I've heard people ask him to come up on a live, he gives some sort of bullshit excuse, and that's it. He's lying. But we don't talk about that in here. Oh, hello.
Hello. Oh, how's everyone? How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
Sorry if you can hear the dryer, by the way.
That's right. There's a noise coming from my end somewhere, apparently, but I'm trying not to move too much, so it's not my bones squeaking and grating, but I don't know what it is.
So, what's happened now then? Anything?
No. It was just something that's been floating around for a while, and I just wanted to prove that somebody was lying.
Okay.
I'm not doing it to cause an argument. I'm just
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's the thing, though, isn't it? You know.
Well, the thing is, the evidence is there if people want to go back and see it. You know.
Yeah, it's not like you're lying. I mean,
yeah, I'm just pointing people in the right direction. I'm not putting anything out there. So.
Yeah, exactly. How's Heather?
Yeah, she's fine, mate. She's doing her online course upstairs at the moment because it don't look like she's going to be able to get back in the work that she was doing. So she's looking down other avenues, and this is a course they've sent her on.
Yeah.
Resist. Good afternoon, matey.
1 minute.
Oh, this is nice. We ain't even been going, what, 20 minutes and got 26 in already? I know some will be watching in the background, but that's usual wherever you go. I do it. I admit it openly, you know. If I'm bored or I want to laugh, I'll go and watch another stream somewhere, you know.
To be honest, I've already said this a while back. I'm kind of tired of the of all the other the channels that stream anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the easiest way, mate, is if you can't let things go over your head, just don't go there, you know.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is just to prevent any issues from happening. Just better off to stay away, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
And plus, people have got other crap to be dealing with every single day instead of having to hear bitching all over bloody social media and whatnot
Yeah.
because you know people are
Yeah,
starting shit
exactly.
up and stuff like that.
You know, resist says it there. If you don't want to interact on that sort of things, then you don't have to. You know, it's your own personal choice. Jason, good afternoon, mate. Long time no see.
Good afternoon to everyone. Forgot to mention. That's literally the first thing I should have said, but I didn't. How naughty of me not to say that to everyone. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, my lighting is in and out. It's all over the place because we have the light coming through there in the morning. We've got the
Yeah.
light coming through back there in the afternoon. And
Nice
when
and
I'm
sunny
doing my
today.
videos in the morning, I'm getting it from kind of both. So I have to draw the curtains and put my lights on.
Do you know what I need? Because I can't see properly out here. Hold on. I've got them over here. There you go. Some people could say I look cool with them on.
Mine are in the box behind the sofa somewhere.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
much
not
easier. I
too
can
bad,
see better
Jason.
now.
Thank you.
Actually, you know
Trouble
what?
with me is I can't wear most of my shades now because I got prescription bins and I use them most of the time.
Gotcha. You're so
Even
rude.
for reading, I got a different set for driving.
Yeah.
And the only way I can do it is put my flip down lenses on that I use for fishing.
Yeah.
And they're not exactly the fashion, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but you go in the box upstairs, I got 2 pairs of Oakleys. There's a brand new pair of Oakley titaniums, the ones with the orange lens in them up there.
Okay.
They're 400 quid's worth. I got a pair of Killer Lukes up there. They're a couple hundred quid's worth.
There you go. Now the sun's not going to get to my eyes because it's got nowhere to leak from the top.
You're quite welcome, Resist. Some Fridays I don't feel like doing them. As you know, I don't do them every Friday.
Yeah.
But I got to yesterday and I thought, yeah, come on. I've been in a good mood most of the week. I'll bang one out. Figuratively, sorry, before anybody else joins in on the usual way some of these conversations end up.
Other people would probably interpret that differently, you know, when you say bang one out.
Yeah, it's past the watershed. It's gone past 9 o'clock, isn't it? It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But we'll save that for Sunday because it's the members only live, isn't it? So.
Oh yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good point.
First Sunday of the month, yeah. But that's why, because Dan might drop in a bit, but of course he's busy doing the videos again now. So it's nice to see him back up there doing them. Actually, I just hope he don't know how to do it.
What did you say? Sorry, my internet cut out for a sec there.
All right, Para. No worries, mate. I'll probably be on for the usual, till about 5 o'clock, till my stomach starts telling me, come on, get the shit off the computer. I will need feeding.
What did you say beforehand? My internet went, so I couldn't hear what you said. You kind of cut out.
No, I just said Para said he'd be back in a bit. He's got a few things to do. So I'll probably be on till the usual sort of 5 if there's enough people still in.
Okay.
Or until my stomach decides that it needs feeding.
Yeah. I
don't know what you got there. It's beautiful out, beautiful sunny, clear blue sky, but it's a lot colder.
Yeah.
Whether it's
as you can see it, the sun's right there. Beautiful day today so far.
And Tiff, normally Sonic doesn't drop in until the end if he comes in anyway, so. But I had a nice little conversation with Miss Cat this morning.
Who's that?
Did extend an invitation out if she wanted to drop in this afternoon if she was awake. Whether she will or not, I don't know. Too hot for you? Well, what you been doing then? See, I'm actually trying to watch the chat as well today. It's
The thing is, though, it is difficult.
coldest 1st of June recorded. That doesn't surprise me, Loafer. But the thing is with me, because I'm on that amount of bloody blood thinners, that even a slight change in the temperature, I feel. And because I'm sat in the coldest corner in this house, anywhere you look, it's
She's enjoying herself, sunning herself.
the cat was doing that earlier. She's asleep over here now.
Probably
She's
one of our
never
cats.
far away.
She'll start swiping. She'll start swiping this one, and they'll do it. They'll do it to each other at times. They'll just swipe each other for no reason.
Oh, they do. She does me. There's been many a bloodletting between me and my cat, and most of it mine. Innit, you bitch? Oi. No, you're not even going to wake up now, are you? No. No, she look, because literally my cameras are on a small tripod behind my screens, and they're actually on the windowsill.
Yeah.
And if she goes out in the garden, if I shut the window, she'll sit in the gap where I can see her between the two monitors behind the tripod, giving it, look, I want to come in. Oh, she's never far away, mate. I mean, 9 o'clock onwards, you've seen her on the stream meowing down here. That's because she wants to go to bed and she won't go up without me. And she'll give up after an hour and realise, oh, he's not fucking coming up. So she'll go and curl up on the chair and just wait until I'm finished.
I don't get, right? Why I've said this so many times. Why people? What time is it? I've said so many times to different people. Why, like, I mean, I don't really watch any of the drama anymore, to be honest, because I don't really have anything to do with it. Well, why would? I mean, if you think about it, why would you want toxic behaviour in your life?
Yeah.
And people have got more important things to be doing than either interacting or engaging or just listening to drama.
Yeah, I mean, this week I've been getting in touch with a lot of my old biker mates.
Okay.
As I've said before, Heather set up the reunion between me and one of my best mates. And it sort of snowballed from there because he's now president of the club I used to run with, or one of them. And he said, oh, so-and-so still about, so-and-so still alive. And over the past few weeks and months, more and more of them have been popping up in me messaging and that.
Yeah.
And I've had messages from all over Europe where it's got, oh yeah, Roger's still alive, like, oh, Psycho's still about, and they click back through, and through them it's like been a snowballing effect.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of changes out there, a lot of faces have changed, but there's still a few that I know, and they were great to find out that I was still alive and kicking, as it were,
Well, to be honest,
I had a brilliant one. It was actually a video call from a guy called, well, I don't know what his real name, I never could fucking pronounce it. I used to call him Olaf. Because we got invited over to a rally over in Sweden by a club called the Sophia Hogs.
Yeah.
And and apparently he got to hear that I was still about, and all of a sudden there's this Viking there, like on this video call, look, answer the fucking phone. And we had a great catch up. I mean, I haven't spoke to the bloke for, oh God, must be 20 years.
Yeah.
And the hospitality over there, absolutely brilliant. The big clubhouse, there was bunks in there, a bar. They had a compound where you had to put your bike in with armed guards on. You couldn't take your bike out unless you passed a breathalyzer. Simply because I think it's still the same. It's zero tolerance. If you had been drinking, no matter what the level, you had your bike impounded and you were locked up.
Right. Okay.
So for everybody's safety sake, they wouldn't let anybody out, take their bikes out for unless they'd passed the breathalyzer. And then they
Yeah.
let them have their bikes out. It was brilliant. I mean, we didn't even take bikes across with us. We
Yeah.
actually flew across because his missus was like their version of a travel agent. So she got a load of cheap flights. We got the tickets. They picked us up at the airport, took us back to the clubhouse, and they must have put about 12 bikes out in front of us and said, well, while you're here, we will be going out for a ride. Oh, shit. Fucking
Brilliant.
cameras flashing again. We will be going out for a ride and just take your pick of which bike you want to ride.
Yeah.
And there was everything from Jack bikes to fucking Harleys, and we had a brilliant 5 days over there. Absolutely brilliant.
I know me the other day. So I think I told some of you about how my mum's got a hospital appointment. Well, I did. And the patient transport service thinger, they were asking why I needed to go with my mum, etc., etc. In the end, obviously, I went with her. All was fine. We got there all right. She was having an MRI, and because the chairs are so uncomfortable, right, you cannot properly sleep on them. So here's me trying to find the best position to sleep in one of the chairs. Right, there was only me in the waiting area because mum had already gone in. So there's me in the waiting area. So I think to myself, I'm just going to head off to sleep just to, because I didn't really have a good sleep that day anyway. So I thought, why not? Because, well, the data didn't work in there. How convenient. Wi-Fi was crap in there. How convenient. So I thought, well, I can't do anything, so I might as well just have a sleep. And I'm like halfway into sleeping, I get woken up by this nurse or whoever he is, and he's like, "Excuse me, are you okay?" And now I'm laying down with my arms flat like that, right? That's like that because I can't sleep any better. My arms laying flat, and I've got my neck or my head resting on my arm, and he's thought I've passed out or something. So I woke up. I'm still half asleep. He's like, "Excuse me, you're okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. just need some sleep."
Yeah.
And he said,
I
"Oh, I
just
thought."
said, yeah, but Doc, I'm a single man. I'm just making sure my arm's numb for later.
You know what he said? He said, "Oh, you look dead." He says, "Oh, you look dead." That's what he said. You look dead.
Oh,
I said, "Well, I must be
is
doing
it?
a good job then, eh?"
Sorry, Jack. Is it tomorrow you're in for the Octave? Sorry, I just noticed so much she put in the chat there.
7 a.m. Tiff. Bloody hell.
Yeah, if it's a day surgery or something, they have you in early. They did with one of
Bloody
mine when they did my
what?
shoulder.
What if Tiff was in a situation where she couldn't get herself to hospital? I like say she couldn't afford a taxi or some other means of transport, right?
No,
And the only means.
she's got it all sorted. She's been in and they bought the operation out, and she's got to go in and have that now.
Right, okay. I was going to say, because it's like, it's stupid, because it's like, we've had it before where mum's had a hospital appointment, and mum's already booked for the ambulance already, so it's already been done pre in advance, and they don't turn up. We've had it once or twice in the past. And when we've rang up, we found out that they actually cancelled the transport services.
Well, when I get my appointment through at the QE, I'm going to book patient transport, even if I've got to wait for it, because it's an absolute nightmare to drive across the city to get to there from here. I mean, the easiest way is on the train, but I don't know if I could stay awake long enough on the train, if I'm honest. But, hello, baby.
Hola.
Thought you were working.
Oh, shut up.
How come that bloody camera works for you up there, but it doesn't for me here?
Because it likes me.
Heather, have you done your hair?
No, I'm doing an Aggie. I've been told to look like Aggie when it's up in a bun.
Do you know what you look like, right? You both look like you're in two completely separate houses.
Oh, I've got. What have I got?
Well,
going
in
on?
the settlement, we got half each. She's got the upper
I'm
half,
gonna
I've
have
got
to-
the lower half. We've got a Sheldon like room agreement contract.
Or you got some restraining order or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, not allowed it halfway up the stairs unless I'm going for a piss.
Oh, that's good.
Picking up the switch, so I've just killed you.
Anyway, how come Richard Upton came to mind anyway?
Oh no, he was trolling on a stream I was on the other night,
Was there?
and everybody keeps saying, "Oh, you know, you got so much to say. Come up on the stream." And he always refuses, saying that, you know, he hasn't got a camera and he hasn't got this, that, and the other.
Hey,
And
did you see?
I remember him coming on downstream that night, so I fished out and got out a.
Did you look in Discord about that Society X channel?
Yeah,
Yeah. And a certain someone was trying to convert me. He was like donating like £200.
afternoon, Danny. Yeah, it's it's social media, mate. It is. What
It is, you're right.
You know.
And you know what? Actually, so do you know in Dan's stream after he ended the broadcast, after you left, I can't remember who it was now that I was speaking to. It was Stuart. What's his name? Lothar and one other person. I can't remember his name now. And he was talking to me about this YouTube channel that actually is really quite interesting. For those that don't believe in God and for those that are atheists, right, it'd be something for me. And to be honest, I actually really enjoy listening to what they have to say, because everyone who goes, or everyone, it's like what Dan does, you know, when they call in and stuff like that and they're on some sort of panel thing, but it's more or less they're in person. When they call in, you know, they ask a question, and they'll ask a question to the atheist, they'll respond, and the atheist will try and prove the Christian will try and prove the atheist wrong in what they're saying. So like, say, how can you prove that God exists? Or because you get all these sorts of, you know, that the owning a slave, they were allowed back then, the Israeli slaves, them ones, not the slave trade ones, although they weren't allowed.
What
But
you got to remember, Jack, is history
yeah.
is only written through one person's eyes per book.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, right, is
now nothing I've ever read has either pointed to or shown any direct evidence that either he didn't exist or he did. So therefore, it's Schrodinger's cat, isn't it?
The Bible in itself is not evidence that God exists. The Bible in itself was made by humans, was made by man, not by God himself.
It was written by people telling their stories.
Yeah,
your
exactly.
mic's low, babe.
What?
Your
sounds fine. It sounds fine. Sounds fine on my end. Sounds fine on my end.
I'm going to try without these again, because I don't know whether it's picking up this now. Shouldn't.
But yeah, no. The reason why I've been watching it recently is because you got all these different arguments and all these different points that that Christians or Catholics or you know, all these different religions were trying to try to push.
As you know, Jack, we don't do religion in here.
Oh no.
So sorry to cut that one off. I got some. Yeah, Stitch, I don't know what that buzzing is, sweetheart. I really don't. I haven't moved any wires about. I've turned the microphone gain down a bit.
Hi, Lothar, by the way. Nice of you to
try
join.
Just muting your mic for a moment, babe. Just mute your mic.
Okay.
See if it goes away. Thank you, Danny. Is that Stitch? Can you still hear it now?
I think she was talking about the buzzing in her own head.
Oh,
Hello, Mr. W.
afternoon, Murph.
Hi, Murph.
How you doing, Jack? You okay?
Yeah, for a minute then I was going to say Eddie Murphy then, but
Yeah, what it is, Tiff, is she's got an array of stuff up there. She's got one of my old mics. She's got a headset.
I got my camera
Oh,
back.
Stitch, hello, darling.
Nice to-
Hello. Hello. Sorry, I'll turn myself off camera.
Yeah, that's all right. No
You're
problem.
lovely.
Oh,
This
thank
is-
you.
it's like a party in here. So whose birthday is it then?
Not mine for ages. I just wanted to say, like, that I wasn't talking about you buzzing my head. I was talking about because of what Jack was saying about a certain person on a certain chat on
Yeah,
the other
yeah.
channel.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
just saying that Saul listens to it all the time, but I can't listen to it because
No.
it buzzes my head so much
Got ya.
that I just
No,
have to
I
leave
get-
the room.
I get what you mean.
That's what
I
I
get-
meant.
I
just
get what
wanted
you
to
mean.
let you know so that you didn't think I was like saying that it was
No,
you.
no. The thing is, as well, is that I can get where you're coming from because he was the one who was harassing me. That's another thing as well, is the fact that, you know, when people say no about things and you keep pushing it in their face, there's got to be a line
Uh-huh.
that you have to draw, and he clearly he clearly breached that line,
Yeah.
not just with me but with several people.
Yeah, it's him and Gamer. When him and Gamer are on the same panel and they're both doing it both at the same time, I can't handle it and I get angry because it just buzzes my head and I have to walk out the room because it's
And
just,
that's the
just
time to
too
switch
much.
off.
Yeah.
When it
definitely.
gets to that time, that's the time
Yeah.
to switch off.
Yeah, Saul listens to it all the time and I don't know how he does it. And I just say to him, I'm just going to go to bed because if you're going to listen to this crap, I'm going to bed because I can't deal with it.
I get like that as well, Stitch. And I hate to say it, but just recently on Dan's on Pat's channel, I've got to that point where it's like we're talking about the same stuff again. It's religion, it's politics, it's how are we going to fix the world? Well, once or twice a month, fair enough. But do we have to do it every week?
Yeah,
Yeah. Let's have a party. Let's
hello.
have a laugh. Let's do something different.
I'm getting messages coming in all over the place here.
So
you should be
you're gonna get the sausage rolls for us then, Heather? You're gonna get the sausage rolls for us then?
when?
Well, you're the one hosting the party, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll get you sausage. I've got some barbecue pork pies in the fridge. Are those all right?
They're probably
What about the
out-
cocktail sausage rolls? You know them ones. I love them ones.
I blame Greg's.
Yeah,
Great.
I like posh sausage rolls. I'm a
You like posh sausage rolls, so you're more of like I'm a lady kind of thing.
yes.
Big sausage roll.
Every now and
Oh,
again,
yes.
we actually get the frozen Greg's over here. We get the frozen Greg sausage rolls over here that
Yeah,
you can
we-
get in Iceland,
Yeah.
and they're sold out in about 10 seconds flat. They're just everyone grabs them as soon as they can get them, and I tell you what, they're the worst bloody things I've ever tasted in my life, but I still buy them. You know?
Oh,
Do you know what the problem with the Greg sausage rolls is? They can be all right, but then there'll be times where I'll enjoy them, but then there'll be times where my taste buds do not like them at all, and it just the only thing I ever eat from them most of the time anyway is not the pastry, it's the sausage itself.
I'm the other way around. I love Greg's pastry.
I think it's rank, to be honest.
No.
No, I've taken to making my own now. I just get my own pastry, get the sausage, take all the meat out, breadcrumbs,
But
few
it's about
herbs,
the
and on the way.
quality of the sausage that you put in it as well.
The biggest problem with Greg's sausage rolls is the fact that they cost fucking £1.25.
Yeah, it depends. It depends if you go into an outlet or it depends if you go into the actual, like to the Greg's where they actually make it there and then. If it's just
At
where they're
50p, they're an acceptable bite, but not.
they turned our Greg's, the one near us, they turned our Greg's into a Greg's outlet. So in Leicester, that is the Greg's
It's a
outlet.
day old. Yeah, it's a day old or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we basically, so once that's gone, that's it. We have to wait till the following day. So, you know, and the thing is, one of the things I used to love going to Greg's was getting myself a bacon and sausage baguette in the morning, right, as a breakfast, as something to eat for breakfast. And now I can't even do that. If I want to do that, I have to go all the way up to town. So
Oh, Jack.
Hello.
it's all right though. There's all
Oh,
Jack, why don't you just buy, Jack, why don't you just buy the sausage and bacon and do it at home?
yeah, true.
Everything
Yeah, true.
tastes better with bacon.
learn to cook, Jack.
I can cook.
Well, there you go. You've got no excuse.
True. Yeah. I mean, considering there's a little cafe around the corner, which charges for the same ingredients, bacon and sausage baguette. You're looking at, well, I've not been in it for a while, but last time I was in there, it was like £4 something. It's probably a good £5-6 now. I would only assume for just a bacon and sausage baguette.
For that money, you would get yourself from Iceland. And I'm going to do from Iceland as we're talking.
Yeah, I go to Iceland all the time, so yeah, I agree.
Half-baked baguettes, so you can pop them in the oven. They only take 10 minutes. A pack of nice sausages and a pack of bacon, and that will probably only cost you £5-6, and that will do you the week.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas when you go to the shop and get it, you're only getting one. Like
because you can't stand there for 5 minutes and fry a bit of bacon or cook a sausage.
Trust me, I love bacon and sausage.
Hey guys, now is this the worst drag queen ever?
Is that you I'm looking at?
Yeah, probably.
I saw this
In his hairier days.
I think I know her name.
He had hair.
The drag
He's
queens are
sweet.
getting worse.
I think I do know her name.
He's not going to libraries and reading story times to children, is it?
No, I was looking
I
for
don't
something
know.
else and it just popped up in.
Anyway, so Roger, is that your true self? Because I think I just saw a picture of you up on screen then.
How did you get in there, you little shit?
He won't admit it.
What's the matter?
When he was younger.
Who's turned up then?
Nathan Benson in the chat.
Oh no. He knows he knows he can't come on. Why does he keep trying?
Don't know. I've got no interest in the idiot. I've got nothing.
Hey,
in
Mum,
that says that I want to hear.
what did you call Nathan a while back? Do you know the ginger guy? What did you call him a while back?
Who was that?
You called him a while back. I remember. No, you called him what was it? PRICK was it? No, it wasn't. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. A while back. That was when that was all kicking off. Mum had her own say about it as well.
Oh, that must have been ages ago, mate.
All expletives along those lines are suitable and adequate.
To be honest, not even if God existed, not even God could save him.
No, I've left them alone, and I haven't said anything about them. They keep having digs, so, you know.
Well, the thing is, right, is they're trying to cause drama. It's not working. It's not working because you're not fighting to it.
Nah.
The way I look at it, if you put your face on the camera, then you you take what you get, and people like that don't worry me in the slightest.
Well, this is the other thing that I can't understand about it. They bitch and moan, they play the victim. Start your own fucking channel up.
True.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Go out of your way to do what Dan's doing and actually experience and make videos yourself and actually build yourself a community instead of preying on other people. And
it goes back, Jack. So I don't talk about religion on here, as I said just now. But if you want to preach religion, then start a channel, do your thing. If people want it, they'll come.
Exactly.
Precisely. It's like you don't want them.
Channels out there I don't like and I don't go on, and I'm not just saying 2 channels. There is a lot of channels that I used to go on that I just don't like anymore with the way they've gone.
Fair enough.
And I just don't go and watch them. You know,
Well, the
I
only
think it
ones
takes
I
a
mean,
while, though, doesn't it? I think, you know, I mean, when you first start watching YouTube, you subscribe to channels because they're entertaining and you think they're good. But since COVID, I've noticed that I'm watching more political stuff and watching more of what's going on in the world rather than, oh, look at me, I'm off, you know, and they've got this drone shot and the van life and the, you know, and everything else. And you think, yeah, no, not for me, thanks, you know.
Ollie said hello, by the way.
Hello.
yeah. I mean, you know what I'm like. I've often said I'll watch things from Pap Channel to motor racing. I'll watch funny cats, fishing. I look at some of the political ones if it's a subject I'm interested in or I'm looking at. And yeah, I got a very, very varied viewing list, to be honest. Yeah, I used to look at some stuff on the dark web and the deeper side of it, but I just don't bother with that anymore.
No, I can't be bothered with that, to be true.
And I stay right away from any of
That's
these
worse than
influencers
roses,
and
Mum.
that. They're just a waste of space as far as I'm concerned. Yes,
Well, got
Jason,
egg on you now.
everything's better with bacon.
But I do actually listen to the left wing channels, the right wing channels. I try and get a balanced view on what's going on, you know. And when I listen to some of the crap they come out with on both sides of the fence, I sometimes I just shake my head in despair, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yes, Rob W. That's exactly
I
what I
agree.
did in the beginning. I just walked away, and there was people keep having a dig. Hello.
They're like leeches. They won't unattach from you. They won't leave you alone.
Yeah. No, you just
But
don't feed them, mate. They go away eventually. It takes a while, but
Hey, do you know what's really weird? Hey, Roger, do you know what's really weird, Roger? Right. So, do you know how?
the angle you got your camera, mate, that's making me feel seasick, like I'm back on the boat because I can see that pendulum swinging behind your head.
It's fine. I hate the bloody clock. My favorite time on that clock is 1 o'clock because it only chimes once. My worst is 12.
Is it a full Westminster chime?
Yeah, it's a grandfather clock.
I love the Westminster chime.
I say it all the time. I say, Mom, I want to smash that to pieces.
Right,
I don't want to hear
guys,
it anymore.
If you drop out of the chat, you may have to sign in again. As Nathan just popped up in the back room, so he's banned from the studio now, but that does mean if he leaves, you might have to sign in
Oh, what
again.
was it? Yeah, so Roger, what I was trying to say was do you know, do you remember, I mean, forget about what happened with Joe Public and everything on the channel, but do you know how, I mean, I didn't even notice this. I was just going through Dan's YouTube videos the other day, and he actually promoted Joe Public's channel once.
Yeah. Well, Joe Public was a friend of the channel at one point.
And I think that changed when he called him a scammer and everything.
Days. It was back in the early days, and then it was pointed out that it was a big mistake. And I won't go into it because you probably don't know the full story.
No, probably don't.
It's not for me to tell it, but
yeah. Well, I know the claims he were making on that live stream where he was accusing Dan of being a scammer and this and that and the other.
He accuses everybody of that.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
All right, and Danny, you take care out there on the water, mate.
Oh, I'm loving the sunshine today.
Well, I would be, but I'm sat in here talking to you bloody lot, ain't I?
If you want, we can leave. If that makes it any different, we can leave. Heather, you want to leave? We'll leave. We'll leave into it, yeah?
Oh, no,
if
I'm
I could
taking
rely
over.
on this camera to stay
You're
on,
taking
I'd
over,
turn
yeah?
it around and bring it out.
Quick, let's do a raid. Let's raid the stream.
Repel all
Actually, hold on.
borders.
Oh, God, I hate this.
Repent.
I don't want to go and stand outside too and stand in the sun. Never smoke.
Hold on, I'm going to do this. Heather, let's raid the stream together, shall we? I'll get the hose on him, and you nick his controls.
That's where we're lucky here, Stitch. It's a smoking household, just not upstairs. So I can have one.
So, which is why it
but
makes
they
me
can't.
sit upstairs.
It's literally so sunny here that I can't even see on the screen. Look,
It's all right, no
They
worries.
went
'Cause
outside.
that's well bad, isn't it? There you go, that's better.
it's okay
No,
because
I
I've got my
converted the
got my
spare
sunglasses.
bedroom upstairs into an office for the working at home during the pandemic.
And it's a classroom this week.
Yeah, it's a classroom. This week.
It's a classroom of one, and Roger's the only student.
No, it's me, Dad. It's me. Hey,
Oh,
Jack.
okay.
Come on,
Yeah,
George.
she's the one
How
doing the courses.
how to apply for a job in the civil service. But what I've got to do today is 500 words as a personal statement, because the way they do their applications is totally different to most people. So yeah, I've got a 500-word essay to do on me.
Hey, I know a little trick for you, yeah? If you use
Go on.
Microsoft Word, you can actually make the text white if it's a white page, so you can add extra words onto it. So it looks like it's 500 words when it's not.
They are going to read this. It is. I am looking to create a job application so that I can apply for a job. That is the
Yeah.
whole point of this. I need to be doing it right. So,
Yeah.
and I just can't. I've had. I'm looking to go into some sort of customer service role. So,
And
there
also,
are-
what they also do now is they employ companies to check out your social media. So if you've been on YouTube, your Facebook, your Instagram, anything like that, they check through on all of what you've done before.
good
And
for
if
them.
they find something in there that you might have said wrong, can cut your application.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
it's
There's
the
all
check
sorts
they
of
do on a
reasons.
lot of jobs here now.
There's all
Good.
sorts of
Take care,
reasons.
Rob. See you later, mate.
But no, the one.
Jacob
One thing
Blaze, a
with applying-
backstabber. Captain Kraken. I don't care.
Oh,
Couldn't care less.
the one thing that
Just
civil
ignore him,
service
Jack.
do
Yeah.
is they do, and I've never heard of this, they do a pre-recorded job interview. So
Really?
you don't get any feedback. You get this person. Look, I'm going through it Monday, and we will get sent a copy of it.
Yeah.
But can you imagine trying to interview when you get no feedback from a
Oh,
response?
that's crazy. It's crazy because you've got to feed off the questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's what an interview for me is about. That you go in there and you say, yeah, this happened, and they say, oh, tell me more. So
Yeah.
you do. Not how long have I got to tell you, and I don't know whether you're interested or bored. I'm not looking forward to that bit.
Hey, Heather, why don't you get
in the chat, babe?
Sorry.
Hi Box asked. I don't know whether that's to you. Your values are important, so give examples.
Huh?
What?
Yeah, I do.
I think he's talking to you, Heather.
My values are important.
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
What on my job application? I've worked for so long, I am struggling to find the best things to talk about. I haven't done this sort of shit for a long time, and this
Yeah,
is
I
a
know what you
career move. This is a career move as well. So I'm not going and going, I've done payroll for 20 years. I know what I'm talking about. Give me a job. I've had enough of doing payroll. I want to do
Just
something
off camera
else.
for a minute. I've got an itch where you really, really don't want to see me scratch.
No, I don't want to hear either.
Yeah.
And do you know, it's been so difficult for me to narrow down
Yeah.
the sort of examples.
That one.
Tell us when you
No, I don't want to put headphones on. It'll get in the way.
Yeah.
get
Yeah. I know.
annoyed with us.
Just use,
No, I know.
just use
I know what you're saying.
ChatGPT and get-
When you're trying to put down your experiences, especially when it comes to our age. I'm 57. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they want you to tell from the very first job you ever had. And it's
Exactly.
like, oh, for crying out loud, you know?
Name examples when you dealt with the public by phone. Well, I worked as a taxi operator. I worked in a call centre, and I did payroll dealing with clients and employees
Oh
for
yeah,
20 years. Pick one phone call, really?
yeah, yeah.
So I don't want to do that, but I've got till Monday, so I've got the weekend.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just that's all you do. Look, sit down with a bit of paper, write down all the key things that you can remember, and then narrow it down to 2 or 3 things.
Well, that's what I'm doing at the moment. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 8 paragraphs started.
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
eight different things.
That's it. Yeah, that's the way to do it. And then you can just add to each one if you need to, and it gives you your starter.
Yeah, and then it'll be a case of actually no, that is now pointless, and I've only got 500 words. Or
it's I teach English as well as a part-time job, so I get paid for it, and I teach English online. And for Gambling, who I work for, they said, "Oh, you have to put a video up." And so I put a video up, talking about it, what equipment I had, and what I was doing, and everything else like that. And then they came back to me and they went, "Oh, we're giving you the job. Now, can you tell us about what experience you had?" So I put up another video. Then that went on for an hour and a half about the experience I've had of teaching, because I've taught free on WhatsApp for years. And it was like, "Oh, we didn't know you did that either. Oh, well, that's great. Now can you do a sales presentation to all our students?" So I did the sales presentation in Arabic.
They did one it with me when I went on the computer course, when I was recovering from the bypass. They sent me to college to learn how to use a computer, basically. And they do these like team building and mind exercises and stuff. And one of the ones they came up with, they put a pack of spaghetti. I've actually got the picture on my external hard drive somewhere. Heather's in it. They put 2 packs of marshmallows, a bag of spaghetti, and a load of coffee cups on the table, and said, "Right, build a bridge out of the spaghetti and the marshmallows, and see how many coffee cups you can get stood on top." So they're all there drawing these things out on bits of paper and shit. All I did was turn both bags of marshmallows on their side, put the pack of spaghetti across the top, put every single cup they had there on the top, and walked away shouting, "Finished."
Exactly. I've been asked some stupid questions in interviews. One guy turned around to me and said, "This is a it's a customer focused job you're going to be doing. We have clients coming in, you've got to deal with them." I said, yeah. He said, he held up a biro, he held up a pen. He said, sell me this pen. And I said, "Well, it's very easy." I said, "It can be used as an anal probe if you ask me another stupid fucking question like that."
I know the usual one that they catch a lot of people out on is you start answering the questionnaire, and then the last question is, "Don't bother answering all the others, just sign here."
Yeah.
That sums a lot of people like that up.
Anyway, Murph, what you've been doing since your last live? Your first live?
I've had a lot of people contact me on Facebook going, "What the fuck was that?" and I said, "Well, there'll be another one next Saturday." So I've been learning about YouTube this week on how to put out notices and how to schedule and how to do things like that. But
how to stop a stream?
Didn't I stop it? No?
Not for quite a while.
Yeah, I know. Well, look, what can I say? It's a case of
definite learning curve, darling. Definite.
It was a steep learning curve. I hope to be slightly better this week.
For a first attempt, it was absolutely amazing.
Well, I was using the yellow box and the cameras and the wireless mics and everything, and I didn't know whether anything was set up properly.
Yeah, no, and now knowing that after 2 hours and 24 minutes, everything just turns off if it's not on charge.
I did find that one out, yes. But I'd actually tried to actually do the yellow box. I charged up fully, and I should have got 4 hours out of the yellow box. With the camera, I put a dummy battery in and run that off a power bank, so that should have carried on going.
So what was it died?
The only thing I could think of was the wireless mics.
You lost the whole stream. It just went off.
I know, yeah.
So that what turned off? Was that the yellow box?
I think something turned off, something stopped streaming, you know what I mean? But I don't know whether it's the camera or the yellow box or anything. But I do remember that I was extremely drunk, and I don't actually remember saying goodbye to anyone. So I obviously must have just cut off midstream.
Well,
It did.
There you
It
go.
did.
Lost Souls just answered it, because I think Dan did it one night.
Yeah.
If your equipment dies because you're streaming through YouTube, your stream stays open until you physically kill it.
That's it. That's probably what happened then. Yeah. Thank you, Lost. So yeah, look, it was my first attempt.
We're trying to find ways to.
Bloody jolly. I mean, I sounded like Darth Vader all the bloody time. All you could hear was me going.
Well, me and Holly were trying to find ways to get in touch with you to let you know the stream was open. I thought, well, he's going to be asleep anyway, so if I drop a comment on one of your past videos, you'll get an alert for that, and you'll see it.
Well, no, actually, what it was when it all disconnected. I took everything apart, so I know it wasn't streaming, but it was on YouTube. It was streaming. But when I went back and checked all of I watched the video the next day, and because it cut off after 30 minutes in one point, and then I started the next stream again. So there were two separate streams really, and I think it was the first one that carried on going.
Yeah. Well, I've done it on here on my afternoon lives. Holly's quite often got back to me after an hour after I finish. Says, "Oh, did you realise you're still live?"
Yeah. Yeah. So look, it was my first attempt, and yes, it wasn't snazzy and the way it should have been, but we'll improve.
Yeah, it takes time. It took. I mean, Holly, Dan, and people like that. When I first started doing mine, they coached me through it, showed me where I was going wrong, and I still do it now. I still get things wrong.
I was going to say, you're still learning.
Yeah,
and I do appreciate the feedback. You know what I mean? I do appreciate that people help to say, "No, that was crap. Do it again." Yeah.
Well, to be honest, if it was, I would have told you, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm like. I'm upfront and honest about things, because I would expect people to do that with me.
That's it. You know what I mean? It's just how we do it, how we improve. It's like today I'm only on the phone. I've just literally got the phone and working.
I mean, Holly, Jack, Tiff, and what have you. As soon as I go live, or as soon as Dan goes live, we always check audio and visual, and they'll give us, the thumbs up in the chat, say, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what Lost did for me the other day. I asked, can I have a volume check? She went, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. I mean, you can do it by sending a link out to a private stream, so you can do it with just one guest. Dan's quite often done that in the past, but sometimes it's just as easy. If you're not big like me, then you just get someone in the chat to do it as soon as you go live.
Well, you see, the problem that I've got, it's called a beer with Murph.
Yeah.
So 9 times out of 10, I've had about 6 bloody beers before I even press the button go. Right. So the all thoughts of because I was a bit worried. I can set up all the volume on the wireless mics at the receiver and everything else. So I was fairly comfortable with the audio on that. And the camera, you've got to go into the bloody thing and set up USB and all of this, and then into the yellow box. But the yellow box was great. I could read messages and everything.
Well,
I think
literally all I use is a plug-in camera.
Yeah.
I've got one that I can't rely on. That's the one that keeps freezing up for some reason. I've got 3 more coming down to me, which I can take my pick out of, which is the one I want to keep. Dan's got some old ones because he uses big posh cameras now. So he's got one of them is one I donated to the channel anyway.
I've got ZV-1. I've got a Sony ZV-1, and then I've got a load of DJIs, but I can only run one micro or USB on the yellow box. The rest all have to be HDMI. So I'll have to bring from micro to HDMI cables to put more cameras on.
I just use the USB sockets on the computer.
Yeah.
Mine are all USB fed. But not one of them I've got here is cost over 20 quid.
Oh my lord! Yeah, I mean, I look at what I've got. I've probably got around 20,000 dirham. What's that?
Well,
So
these are totally unbranded generics.
so what? 200 pounds is 1,000 dirhams. So that'll give you an idea. Yeah, and I've got easily 20,000 dirhams worth of equipment.
About what?
My equipment gets upgraded when somebody else gets theirs upgraded that's got better stuff than me in the first place. So I always get the next level up.
What was the exchange rate, Murph? I'll save Jack frying his brain.
£4,000.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, about four grand.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
It's you know, when you first start out, you think, oh, I'll just buy a camera and away I go. But then you realise you've got to stream through that. Then you realise that you need lighting. Then you realise that you need microphones. Then you realise that so before you know it, you're racking up. And I mean, even on the camera, I needed lenses, and the lenses are more expensive than the camera.
Oh.
If you take what I got here, what have I actually paid for? £8.99 for a camera.
Yep.
I've paid £1.99 for a ring light.
Yep.
The other ring light I was given. The microphone and the power pack, the Phantom supply. I think with the power supply, it came to about 30 odd quid.
Yeah.
Everything else laid out here that I'm using in front of me was given to me.
I mean, on my side of it, okay, I spent £4,000.
£600 Manfrotto video fluid tripod.
I spent £4,000, but I have gained that money back by teaching, and I use all the same equipment to teach.
Oh, if I had to buy everything I got, I'd never be where I am now, mate. I would never be able to afford it.
I mean, on average,
the laptop I used was Heather's old one.
Yeah. Well, I haven't even got a laptop. I don't use a laptop.
No, I just do everything a bit cheap.
Yeah. And it works.
Yeah, it's always worked.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, the reason why I haven't streamed through StreamYard yet is the reason why I go direct live onto YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason that I've upgraded bits and pieces is because it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. I wanted the videos and the lives to be a bit better, do a bit more on it, and I couldn't do it physically with what I got.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I'm stick with talking heads rather than going out buying. Well, again, drones are banned here in the UAE, so there's no point in buying a drone. If you're going out and you have to start doing B-roll and you're adding music, you've got to subscribe to music things, and you've got to then get into editing software. And suddenly, before you know it, you're paying £100 a month just for editing software and license-free music.
But all I use is the Windows 10 free editor.
Oh yeah, that's a good one actually.
I could upgrade that free as well to Microsoft Chip Champ, which gives me two-channel recording. But to me at the moment, that's just a bit technical. So I just stay with what I know. Simple.
I mean, the Yola box is very good actually. It's an Android box, so you just set it up like you'd set up a phone, but it's got instant connection to Facebook, to anything you want to add. So you set up your YouTube account, set up your Facebook account, set up your Twitter, set up everything. So when you go live, it goes live on all platforms.
Yeah, Rev was having a bit of a problem with that because that's why his computer kept crashing. He was trying to put out too many streams at once.
Yeah, well, it does it, and it does it for you. It's got all the software inside to just make it a very easy. All you put in is your URL, your password, and you can add Bumble or Rumble as well. You can add whatever. You can keep adding. But when you go live, it will go live, and you select which ones you want to go live on, and bang, it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I used to have 2 streams going on the old one, and that was a bit dodgy. I mean, on this one, I think
was that because of bandwidth or because of the equipment?
the equipment, and back then we did have a smaller bandwidth.
Yeah.
And
it was
if I
basically-
open 2 streams, that would literally slow everything, and it wouldn't work properly on either.
Yeah, exactly.
But
You know what I
one
mean? Yeah.
point, I can't remember what night it was last week. I had about 4 streams going on here and Discord, and it didn't miss a beat.
Yeah. No, well, I went out on Facebook and on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't actually stream to YouTube. Facebook. What I do is I just put a link in my page to it. So,
But the
same as I do on the
only
community
messages I
page.
can get are the ones that come through on YouTube. I cannot get the messages coming through on Facebook until I finish the live.
No. But
So
I just concentrate on this one. It's one I've learned how to use.
yeah,
You know, most of the people that know me on Facebook are usually at work at the moment anyway, and those that do know me on there are in the chat anyway. So.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
It's but it's nice to see Stitch jumping in on the live now. That's really nice.
Well, yeah, it is, and it must have been successful because I lost 2
Thank you.
subscribers.
But yeah, it's I did
Normally
Lost Souls.
Saul, isn't it,
It's
that comes on.
you what? Sorry, Stitch.
There's normally Saul that comes on in it, so I just kind of feel like no, I shouldn't really come on at the same time because I don't
Well,
really know what to say when I'm on these things. Like I don't know.
You're doing fine.
believe it or
You're doing
not,
fine.
Heather gets a bit lost in the chat sometimes, especially as she said on Paps, because it could be a subject she knows nothing about, or it could be a subject she's not interested in. You know.
Or
Yeah.
it's a subject I know about and I can't listen to the rubbish that people are talking. That's not Dan's channel, by the way.
But I do literally. I come down in the morning when I put the computer on, and I look for something to learn to do new on it each day.
Yeah.
Even if it's only a small thing. Oh, look, that does that. Okay, I've learned something more today, you know. But you get to a certain age, and especially after the strokes, where the learning process does slow down. You know, I've still got that thirst for knowledge, but the input is slowing down. It takes a lot longer to register.
Well, I mean, you know, if you seen me last Saturday morning at 9 a.m., I was sitting here watching YouTube videos on how to set up a yellow box.
Well, believe it or not, he's not in here today, actually. The one that actually helped me get onto a live, not do a live, but actually get onto a live, was Andy Red Volvo.
All right.
Matrix had just started up his channel, and he was doing his first ever live. And I said in the chat, I said, well, yeah, if you want to guess, I'll quite happily jump up, but I don't know how.
Yeah.
And Andy jumped in and he talked me through the different stages to get on there. And then all of a sudden, boom, from up there like me. I was chuffed. Matrix was chuffed because he'd done his first live and he'd actually got a guest on. He pops in here now and again on the lives in the afternoons. It depends what he's doing, I think. Hello, Merce dropped out. Bump. I
I
didn't
kept
press
thinking about doing videos, but then I don't know. I got too shy, and then I was like, "No, I'm not going to do it." And then I keep going through periods of thinking I'm going to do it, but then I lose my confidence in myself, and I'm like, "No, I ain't going to do it."
Okay, Stitch, do the first step. Record something. You don't have to put it out. Just record it.
Yeah.
Because that's the difficult part. It's finding something you're going to do and then doing something about it. But do a recording of something, and if you want to post it, you can post it. If you want to put it on your Facebook, share it with a couple of friends, put it on TikTok. My granddaughter's out there on TikTok. Silly mare. If the kids can do it, you can do it.
True.
But the thing is, that you know, coming on, I'll say smaller channels like mine, you've got less to deal with as well when you're coming on. You know, I only have 6 on the panel maximum because I'm a tight bastard and I want paid for the extra StreamYard. But that stops the panel getting too cluttered. You don't get confused because there ain't too many people trying to talk over each other. You're not trying to deal with 100 people in the chat. And it just makes it a nice, easier going stream, you know?
Yeah.
And also, you know, we're not going to kill you. We're not going to turn around.
But you know, I've been on 1 or 2 streams where it's been, you know, they come to me and said, look, you know, I'm going to stream. Will you come on and just sort of be there and help me through it, as it were?
Yeah.
Not that I know anything technical. The fact that they've got someone there that they know, it just makes it a bit easier for them. And I've helped 2 or 3 people like that. You know, people help me like it to start with, and I like to try and do it for somebody else. It's even if it's only promoting a channel. That's what I said about yours, Murph. If you put
Yeah, I know. Thank you for that. Yep.
the alert up, people will say, oh yeah, he's going live. It's so and so. Oh yeah, he's right. Yeah, we'll be there this time.
Well, I mean, you know, mine is a little bit difficult because I do mine because of so many lives from Pap and from yourself and from everyone else. You know what I mean? It's a case that I actually schedule for what's 11 o'clock. You're 11 o'clock on a Saturday. Well, 11 o'clock on a Saturday for you guys is always pretty damn busy. You know what I mean?
Well, this is the problem when I talk to some of the Americans and the Canadians because of the time difference.
Yeah.
You know, some of them are up all bloody night, the same as some of us do occasionally. But it's trying to catch that window when they're still functioning properly, shall I say, and you're functioning properly. There's like a 3-hour window, you know.
Well, I mean, they're full 8 hours blown behind. They're 8 hours behind or in front of me. Behind or in front, I'm not sure, but they're a full 8 hours from me here now. So I get a lot of my American photography stuff comes through at about 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest one I ever really had was trying to keep up with some of the guys I was talking to during the Canadian trucker convoy.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I mean, Dad would tell you, I was up till all hours of the day, you know, keeping in touch with them and what have you. But I don't tend to do as much of that now.
And that still hasn't finished, has it? What was that one?
No. It's still an ongoing thing over there with Trudeau the dictator, and you know.
Didn't someone get sacked the other week for just sending out a tweet or something to supporting them, the truck drivers, and they actually got sacked and got their bank account frozen as well because they sent out a tweet.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, that'd be like me sat here reporting on it, and all of a sudden my bank account's frozen because I'm showing support for it. Well, I don't know what's going on with the chat at the moment, but it keeps flashing off and back on again.
Well, you've got a little bit of fizz on your line.
It might be that's no. It can't be somebody screenshotting it, and I'm not.
No, there's definite fizz on your line. Definitely getting crackling on your line.
Yeah, Holly said that right from the beginning. I don't know what it is. I can't see anything that's not on that shouldn't be on, and nothing that's not normally on.
Might be a dodgy cable, dodgy connection.
I could hear a bit of crackling in the background then.
Yeah.
It's like somebody scratching a microphone, isn't it?
That's it, exactly. Yeah.
Anybody in the chat scratching a microphone?
Is Jack
Is
doing
it me?
washing up?
Oh, let me turn my mic off.
I'll talk again, see if it's me.
No, I think it was Stitch.
Yeah, Stitch.
My bad, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
No worries, mate. No worries.
You wait till you hear.
Once you hear Reese going to the toilet,
Oh yeah, Reese going to the toilet. Not something you want to hear.
Now
Oh,
that is a good advert why you should have a standalone microphone when you're doing a live.
yeah, yeah.
So I was watching one last night before I went up because it was irritating me. Because it was just a really not the person was like calling people the R word and
Lost Souls just sorry,
going
Stitch.
on
Lost
about
Souls has
sorry.
just said now Jack's gone. That noise has stopped. So it
Yeah, I
might have
didn't
been Jack.
notice he dropped out. He was doing the washing up.
It might have been Jack then. Sorry, Stitch. Carry on, darling.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, he was just watching it and he kept saying the R word about people and he's just like I don't know, he's just not a very, very nice person. And just before I went up, he got up and he started peeing into a bin while he was still alive and you could hear it. And I was like, wow, that's quite don't know
Well, if you
why
think
he
I'm
was doing
carrying
that.
this bloody lot upstairs so you can
Yeah.
hear me, forget
Well,
it.
I mean, it happened on my live last week, mate. But it wasn't done deliberately. He just forgot that he had a wireless mic on.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. When we go up Cumbria fishing, I leave a camera on all the time, and I have my radio mic on, a cordless one, because I know it'll run for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Which is about the usual length of a fishing session. And some of the things I've caught on that where I forgot I've still got it on, and me and Heather would be having a bit of a banter, or even taking a piss out of someone walking along the promenade, just between me and her. Like,
we liken the other fishermen to what we imagine people are like that we've never met.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
So you'll look at somebody and it'll be, who's I'm sorry, I'm going to pick on somebody here. What do you reckon? I know a bit about Loafer. Do you reckon that's Loafer? Or do you reckon that's Resist Dystopia? Hang on. Didn't Justin Bourne say he was ginger?
it's funny as fuck. It really is.
But we like to have a bit of fun.
Yeah, exactly.
We had a bunch of lads there. I think they were from Newcastle, fishing a little way up the prom from us. Now, in Silloth, they got like a big grass area, and you can put a shelter up on it if you're fishing. But these lads have turned up. They haven't got much chance of catching anything, to be honest, because the first things they set up was the barbecue and the 2 boxes of beer they had. Oh, this is going to be fun. So they're slowly getting wrecked all afternoon. They've got the barbecue going. And I just went up to say hello to them. They were fishing, just as fishermen do. You have a look at what each other bait you're using, what rigs and stuff. And then a little while later was when I hooked into that fish that's in my profile.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them come over, in fairness, and he helped me with the drop net and that, because I didn't want Heather leaning over the side of the to net it.
Oh, good lads.
And we could hear him afterwards. He went back to his mates, and you can hear him say, he said, I can't understand a word what that bloke says, but he don't half catch bloody fish, doesn't he?
Because the one that helped with the net made sure he got his picture taken holding it.
Yeah.
Somebody posted it on Facebook, and I went, no, sorry. This is the guy that caught that fish. That guy helped land it, but it's not his fish. Not his fish. But the best ones is when you're sort of sitting there, and I'll sit there with a book, and I'll look up at the rod, and I'll look down, and because I know he's watching as well. And somebody will come along and go, oh, you poor thing, he's dragging you out and you have to sit here and no, shut off, that's my rod up there. And I don't mind because I've got a bottle of wine.
That's it, exactly. Yeah.
And the little old ladies that take their afternoon walk love it, because they'll come and sit and chat to her.
Oh yeah. I'll talk to the, because where we go is where my dad was brought up. So we used to go and see Nan every year. So it's my
Right.
childhood memories as well. So if it's somebody that's lived up there all their life, A, I love the accent, and B, I'm like, oh yeah, do you know this village? Do you know that village? I was christened in Isle Church, which is a little village up there, and people go, no, that makes you Cumbrian. I wasn't born there, but I went up there to be christened. So
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm honorary. But no, it's good. It's good fun up there.
Resist the
Not on there.
Dystopia. No, I don't do lives during the week. It's usually a Friday. I was considering swapping to a Saturday, but it's easier for most on a Friday. But you'll always find us obviously on Paps on a Sunday. That's me too. I don't do a live every week.
And God help you, now I've got my camera and mic set up.
That's it. You're still up there, yeah.
Don't worry.
This is something taking over, you know.
I'm just waiting for her to start her own channel.
Why do you think I keep asking to borrow a camera and you keep saying what for? Use your phone.
You know, it's only when she starts disagreeing with you online, you know.
Who wants to see Mrs. W's cooking channel?
Oh, God.
How to make a meal without an air fryer?
You know what? My wife turned around and she saw all of these YouTubers doing with the air fryer and everything else like that. And we're down in Abu Dhabi and they had this air fryer there. It was about 300 dirham, you know. She went, oh, I want the air fryer. I went, okay, there you go, we'll get the air fryer. And brought it back, and it's been sitting up there on the shelf now since for 6 months.
Thank
She says,
you.
why don't you use the air fryer? I said, I don't know how. She said, you're a qualified chef. I said, I don't know how.
I don't want an air fryer.
I know.
I do not want an air fryer. I got some bits of chicken breast yesterday. I just chopped them into, it was chicken breast fillets, chopped them in half, threw them on a tray, bit of seasoning, under the grill. I've got the most beautiful chicken stock. The juices that ran out of it.
Yeah.
We've got nice cooked chicken. It's taken trying to clean an air fryer out compared to washing a pan in the sink, sort of.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I've got one of those micro ovens, and I use that a lot. So
Yeah.
it's, you know, and I use that an awful lot. And I can do a paprika grilled chicken on a tray in that. Put tin foil down, boom, tin foil out, thrown in the bin, quick wipe of the pan, and it's clean. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't do any of the
Can
cooking
yes, Tiff.
because she does it.
What do you want to cook without a cooker? What do you want to cook
I
without a
usually end
cooker,
up
Tiff?
clearing up the mess loads.
I'll sort it out.
Cheese and pickle rolls.
Can I go to resist? Sorry, I know I like to normally keep chat in the chat and conversations on. Resist the Dystopia said, "What did I say? Cumbria? Yes, resist. We fish Silloth, which is just a bit further up from Maryport, which is probably better known. So you got Workington, Whitehaven, Maryport, Silloth. We stop not far from there, but my father was from that sort of area, so Wigton, Blind Crake, Spate Tree, all my father's family is from around there. So North Cumbria, top of the park. It's outside the park.
It's on the side.
On the Solway Firth.
I keep looking.
And now
for
we see
them
we
space
used to work in the taxi office. Now we can see how. You know all of the areas. You can call them off. Bang, bang, bang. Great memory.
Well, literally, if I step out the cottage door, if the weather's right, I can actually look out across the water and see the Isle of Man. You can actually see the top half of Ramsey Mountain and that.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
He
So
didn't believe.
Are you sea fishing or river fishing?
Sea fishing.
Oh, I love that.
Murphy
I
didn't
used to fish
believe
for
me
Cornwall.
for. He's done it for years. He didn't believe it the first time we went up there. We're looking out over the Solway Firth, out to just watching it get wider and wider and wider. And there's a little dot in the distance, and he's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Isle of Man." And he's like, "Don't be so stupid. That's so many miles away. You might be able to see it from here, but you can't see it there or where at Liverpool type of thing. But you can't see it from here." And I'm like, honestly, and I got a map and I said, "Right, we are here. This is the estuary. What can you see?
Yeah.
You're looking that way. What can you see in the estuary?" And he went, "Oh, it's the Isle of Man." But I had to show him on the map.
I actually took some pictures of it as well. You can just see it in the background.
Yeah.
But
I do love sea fishing, I must admit. But normally I go sea fishing off the boat. I've been off around the Aran Islands and all around there in the middle of winter.
Beautiful. He
well,
won't
we
let
used
me
to have
on
our
a
own
boat.
boat down in Cornwall.
I love Cornwall for fishing. Cornwall, Devon, all of that for fishing is fantastic.
It's nowhere near as good as it used to be, mate.
I know that. I know that. But I mean, just for if you but I mean, if you can rent a boat and you can get out and you can cast a line, you're always going to come home with mackerel.
Yeah, I mean, I used to fish for Cornwall, beach fishing. I used to come up to Eastbourne, up to Bridlington, and do some of the national competitions and all sorts.
Yeah.
In fact, I've got a photo somewhere of the one in Eastbourne where I picked up the £2,000 check first prize.
Wow. You're well into it then.
On the Shakespeare Open, which is a 3-day fishing festival.
Yeah.
It was either second or third, and I walked away. That was a big one. That was about 10 grand first prize.
And
I walked away with about 2-3 on that one.
And did Shakespeare give you rods as well as part of the winning prize? Because I mean, I know Shakespeare are big into making rods.
Only ever used Century rods.
Have you? Oh, right. Okay.
Built in Newcastle.
Yeah. No, I just know that Shakespeare are big into the rod making and the reels and things like that.
They're a cheap brand to
I know that.
proper fishermen. I used to develop rods for Century.
Oh, did you?
They'd send me a blank. I would whip it up with different spacings and turn the spine different ways and turn it into a fully functioning rod.
So you knew how to bind the ring and put the resin on it. Oh, right, I've got you. Yeah.
You know, on the game rods where you see all the like diamond shaped fancy whipping down by the butts and that.
Yeah.
I used to do all that as well.
Oh, right, okay.
I've got to repair actually because I broke an eye on it last year. I got a new eye here to whip on it.
My uncle's wife's father in Killaloe in Ireland, and Killaloe is a lake in Ireland, and it's a fly fishing lake. And he would go outside in the morning, look at what the weather was like, what the water was like, what the time of year and everything else like that. He'd go inside, he'd wind up a fly, and then he'd say, "Right, come on, off we go." And literally, you'd cast the line out, and you'd be pulling fish in non-stop. He just knew what time of the day, when to go fishing, what to do, and how to do it. You know what I mean? Oh,
good afternoon, buddy.
Good afternoon, Pat.
Hello. Sorry, I just had the other thing running as well. Then, so you might have had some.
See how long this bloody thing lasts.
How you doing, Murph?
Yeah, I'm good myself. How are you, mate? That's more important than you. You're the one that's been poorly.
I'm not. I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm still breathing. That's what matters.
As he lights up a ciggy.
Yes,
Hi, Dan.
They were bred for catching fish.
Stitch, I have been busy, but I have found those cards. I will get it sent off to you ASAP.
Oh, you're a sweetheart. Thank you very much.
Oh, is that the exemption cards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've kind of been sitting here because most people have since it's all come out, most people have got the balls now to say no, I'm not putting one on. But there are some people out there still that are coming across proper Nazis, why aren't you wearing one and all that kind of bollocks still. So they're still coming handy. Still got some, which is good.
Well, the thing is, they relate to other things as well because it tells you the discrimination laws on the back.
That is true. Hello, Mrs. W.
Hello, gorgeous.
It's just
You blushy.
Oh, me?
You
No,
blush when I call you gorgeous.
no, I don't
No.
blush.
No.
That's his blood pressure.
Bet you I can make you blush.
You probably could.
For your birthday, I'll make you blush.
Yeah. Hello, everybody in the chat.
We did have an infiltrator try and get in earlier on. Benson tried to get in.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if he's still watching.
Oh, he can watch. That's all he can do because I've actually banned him off the StreamYard now.
No, I just find it amusing that oh, have I frozen? Oh no.
No,
I find
you're
it amusing that I was talking to Holly the other day in, I think it was Cat's chat, about do you remember when I had my strokes and my speech wasn't very good? I kept forgetting things and all that kind of stuff. And then I was stuttering on words.
Yeah.
Well, I mentioned it to Holly the other day, and apparently that is taking the piss out of somebody with speech impediment. Whilst I was talking about myself having a certain situation because of the strokes. You know, it's amazing how people will grasp at straws to cause fucking issues. But there we go.
Well, that's why I shared on the screen earlier about our favourite expat troll. You know, he keeps bleating on about the fact that he won't go on a panel. Yeah, he'll come on a panel, but he hasn't been on one before. I just want to, well, he's pulling the wool over your eyes because he has. There's the fucking proof, you know.
I was very, very disappointed in his look.
Yeah.
You know,
He doesn't look like the sort of person you'd want to leave your children around. Put it
well,
that way.
it looks like you just smack him around the head and say, "Behave yourself, you little twat." You know, and he burst out crying. You know what I mean?
I don't know if anybody's mentioned this on this stream, and I'm only popping in for a little while because I've still got some videos to do, Rog. But I don't know if anyone's mentioned it on your stream today, that if anyone's watched The Human Centipede. Now, this was pointed out to me by somebody else. I'm not going to say that. They won't mind me saying their name, but I'm not going to say that because I don't want us getting targeted. We all know who, you know, most of us know who we're talking about. Somebody said that oh, have a look at Human Centipede 3. There's a bloke in there. It's the bloke that pulls himself off with sandpaper. He has a wank with sandpaper, basically.
Oh, big joy.
And if you put the two pictures together, it's like, oh my God, they're fucking twins.
I don't know. You lot have all the fun. I'm asleep when you lot are fighting.
That's it. We've just given them a talking point for their lives tonight now, haven't we?
Yeah, giving them a topic. We should give them something to, you know, something to actually discuss rather than sitting there in silence for, you know, minutes.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, he did admit that he just enjoys causing trouble. That's what he does. And that was all he could say.
Yeah, but he looked as though he'd been bullied for all of his life.
He probably has. That's why he lives out in Malaga. Well, just outside Malaga.
Esteponia, isn't it? I think it's called.
Yeah, I think Esteponia, something like that.
I resist it. How you doing? Hello, Loafer. Hello, Tiff. Sorry, ignoring the comments. My apologies, guys. Who else is in there?
Anyway, should you be repeating what he said yesterday? Because that's doxing now, isn't it?
Oh.
Nice one, darling. Nice one.
You've been done. You've been done.
I might change my name to Lord Pap the Doxer.
We're having a debate. We're having a debate earlier on whether Mrs. W should have her own YouTube channel. I think now we realise that it's a no.
Why?
I think it caused more trouble than the rest of us put together.
I know that. Yeah.
How he
Might
got
not keep
through
it for
being
very
banned,
long.
but he's just popped up in the back room again there.
Oh, bless him.
Shame,
He
innit?
keeps trying, doesn't he? He
Granted,
just doesn't understand the words like Nathan, I'm not fucking interested in you. I've got nothing to say to you, and you've got nothing to say that I want to hear. So just fuck off.
I will
Can
be
I
honest.
say ditto?
I will
I
be
can't
honest.
say it any plainer than that, can I?
When I had the suspected stroke, we still don't know if it was a stroke yet or not. But I had the suspected stroke last week. When I come out of hospital, I had an email from Mr. Benson saying, I've heard you've been in hospital. I hope you're okay. Now, granted, that was a very polite thing for him to say. I didn't respond because I've already told Benson that, you know, that I don't really want to talk to him. But I will say that he did, you know, he did say there was nothing else in the email. It was just, I heard you had a stroke. I heard you was in hospital. I hope you're okay. But I can't trust people these days. People that have been okay then turn on you. I can't trust them anymore.
Yes,
So
Jason.
I don't want to get involved with you know.
I'm
So-
sorry, Dan. He was horrible to you, amongst others, but he was personally horrible to you. You gave him the opportunity to say sorry. He still has not apologized for what he said. I do not want to have anything to do with him because I don't think he's a decent human being.
Yeah.
Those may be very old-fashioned values, but no. Your channel, your rules, he listens, he does what he's told.
But you see, the thing is, I think you've got to be careful of here, is you're giving him the oxygen of publicity.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. You are right.
You know, if you banned him and you've cut him and everything else like that, well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
thou shalt not be named.
But he keeps
Yeah.
trying. He needs to
It's-
walk away.
To be honest, Murph, it's, you know, it gets to a point where you just think to yourself, you know, because you know that you get spoken about all the time, it just gets to the point where you just think to yourself, you know what, fuck it. So you bring things up because you know that it's going to go back and people are going to wet themselves over it in, you know, in little groups and stuff like that, and they're going to go,
Yeah.
they're talking about us,
Yeah.
you know, forgetting completely that they spend most of their time talking about the people that are now talking about them.
Difference
But
is
it's like I've said
they
earlier,
don't
Dan,
name.
if you want that amount of attention, start your own fucking channel, and those that want you will come.
The thing is, that the problem you've got with the new generation coming through is they'll take what you say and turn it against you.
Yes.
Yes.
And they're experts at it, and they're experts at it as well. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know. So
I mean,
in that
To
respect,
run
you
a
just don't give them
YouTube
the oxygen.
channel, you've got to be seeking a certain amount of attention anyway. I admit that, and Dan's admitted it before.
Of
Otherwise,
course.
you wouldn't be running a YouTube channel.
Yep.
But if you want it, then start a channel and go out there and get it. You know.
I like the attention. I'll be honest. Maybe I've got a bit of a narcissistic side to me. I like the attention I get from running the channels, from running the channel. And, you know, I'm not going out of my way to cause issues for people, you know, but if drama happens because of things I've said or done, then so be it. But to know that I'm living rent free in certain people's heads is fucking quality.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's some just can't handle rejection. They just can't handle the fact that somebody doesn't want to know them or have anything to do with them.
Anyway, changing subject back to something other than I think.
I did my live stream last week, and it was a total abortion, and I got 4 viewers.
Listen, mate, you've got to start
Roger
somewhere.
Holly.
Got to start somewhere. It gets better as time goes on. The more you do, the better you get.
Yeah. No, it was. No, I did it pretty bad. I had people going to the toilet with wireless mics on and everything. I mean, it was YouTube gold on how not to do it.
Excuse the pun, but that was piss funny. That was.
Yeah.
I think it was funny when he came back, sat down, and Murph looked at him and went, "Well, you didn't wash your hands."
Now you've sorted out putting out the alerts for it and that and scheduling it. So,
Yeah.
because I'll pick them up as and when I get into the computer, and I'll put them on Facebook. I'll put it on my community.
Yeah,
page.
I share them out as well today.
You're going live, you know.
To be true, like I say, last week was my first one, and this week is only going to be the second one. It's only going to be me this week. Reese has gone off to see his mum tomorrow, so it's only me this week. But it's practice. I'll get better as I go along, you know.
I'm still learning, mate. There's still a hell of a lot I've got to learn about it.
That was good crack, though. I enjoyed it.
Can you do
some
StreamYard,
people
Murph?
when they start up,
Well, this is the thing. I haven't got a computer at the moment, so I can't download StreamYard onto my phone.
Murph,
Here.
Murph, you don't download it, mate. You don't download it. It runs. It's browser based. You can do it from your phone through the browser.
Okay. Oh, can you? Oh, right. I was looking for the app. Oh, I didn't know that. Let me see if I can get StreamYard on the Yola box then, and I'll put it. I've got this bit of kit that does, and I can add URLs to it and things like that. I can add stuff to it, so I'll have a look. I'll check it now tomorrow morning, see if I can get StreamYard on it.
Hi, Danny. How you doing, mate?
I know you could join StreamYard on a mobile. I didn't know you could run it from there.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
That's what I did when I was in London. I ran through StreamYard.
Right.
The statue.
Oh, right. Well, there you go. I've learned something, Pat. Thank you very much, my man.
No worries.
This is
I'm
where
going downstairs for a
having
bit. I'll be
people
back in a
around
bit.
you that know what they're doing with it.
Well, that's it. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like I say, you know, I'm an amateur in this game, so it's not something that I want to do. I mean, I had about 5 subjects to talk about last week, and I didn't talk about one of them.
Yeah, there you go. Murph Patriot's gone over and subbed to you.
Oh, thank you very much, my man.
Oh, hello. She's left her camera. She left her thing on up there. She's coming down for a fag. I know it. Yeah, Patrick, we have a bit of a laugh over there on Murph's, the same as we do in here. Yeah, we do talk about politics and stuff, but it's more of a giggle like we do here. Stress free.
Yeah, I've got about 6 subjects to talk about tomorrow. But again, just taking the piss, not hammering down anyone's throat. You know what I mean?
I've got my usual list, and as you can see on the board behind me, there's a whiteboard full of stuff there.
Well, I think the one key one is that the government wants to get rid of the Human Rights Act and is running around the place, turning around and to foreign ministers and saying, look, we have to amend the Human Rights Act. But the government has now used the Human Rights Act against its own inquiry that it set up. And not only have they used the Human Rights Act, but they've used Section 8 of the Human Rights Act, which is that their human rights are going to be affected. Though they are going to be affected if it's not done properly. So it's the one that they're saying that the left-wing lawyers use all the time to stop immigrants being deported. They're actually using that exact section to actually sue themselves.
Yeah. I mean, fair shout to Boris with what he's come out with now. They were all bitching and moaning about his WhatsApp phones.
Yeah, but he's only given them the one because he said he changed his phone in 2021.
He changed it this morning. He's bought up his old phone as well.
All right.
He's bypassing the Tory party, and he's giving them straight to the inquiry, so they can't censor anything in there. He's going for Rishi. He's going for Rishi that big time on that. They wanted them to go through them so they could see what was in there first and have their butcher in at it. But now it's going straight to the inquiry. Nothing taken out of it.
We don't know how many he's retracted. That might have been a little bit too hitting on him. You know what I mean?
It's so yeah, that is a direct attack at the government at the moment. That was a brilliant move.
I mean, you know, when it comes to Boris, I can't really trust him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, Murph.
Yeah.
But the thing is that's going to escalate now because they'll see something in there and they'll say, right, we want that one's phones and what have you to come in, and it's just going to spread.
Well, what it does is it sets a precedent, which means that anyone in public office now, where they used to have that 30-year rule, That's no longer. If you're on a WhatsApp group and there's an inquiry and you've got to hand him over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which
To be honest, the way I look at the rules that and new things that WhatsApp brought out, they didn't really need to use the phones because they could have gone straight to WhatsApp and got them from there.
yeah, again, what you probably find is that they become invention to WhatsApp. You know?
Yeah. It's and if you think about it, look at all the trouble that the police have been having, these groups and chat rooms, and it's all WhatsApp.
And they're always leaked.
Yeah. And
because I mean, I've done projects in the past, and I've had to back up all my WhatsApp messages for historical record.
well, I don't know what mine does. I just put it into the phone and delete when it wants.
No, you can export any WhatsApp conversation. You can then export it to an email and send it to yourself and save it to a file. You can save any WhatsApp message. They say it's encrypted. It's not. But with Telegram, different. You can't do it with Telegram.
Oh, perhaps just put another video up.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I've actually started getting alerts for yours again, Dan.
Yeah, I've got them. Yeah, I've had 2 come through for you now.
Oh, but I very rarely get them from YouTube.
That just said the West Mercia Police. That was one of them.
Yeah. Oh, there's another one just gone up minutes ago. I think that was a West Mercia Police one that just went up as well.
No, that's your first one, mate. First one.
What time does the first one go up? I can't even remember. First one
About 20 minutes. 20 minutes ago.
No, I've had I've had 2 go up. So I've had one go up at 4, one go up at about 3-ish.
Yeah.
And I've got one scheduled to go up at 5.
Yeah.
I've got work on another video as well.
Yeah, West Mercia. The other one was Lancashire. Yeah, so it's only the 2 posted so far.
Yep.
See, I couldn't even look that up before with my other computer.
Whole day today, I'm knackered, absolutely fucking worn out again.
Now, is anybody else noticing the chat jumping about?
Jumping about?
Yeah, mine for some reason momentarily goes blank white and then it comes back up again and it's moved up a couple. I don't know whether that's YouTube pissing about again.
I've not seen that happen on mine.
Oh, it might be them keeping an eye on me. We know they do it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I still can't get rid of that bloody heart thing in the corner. That is so annoying.
What, on your phone?
No, I'm on the computer.
On the computer, you can heart the conversation.
It's not showing it on mine.
Yeah, but you can send them. If I do that, look, it sends them floating up the stream.
Yeah, but I'm not getting the little heart thing in the corner. I don't get it on mine.
This won't stop now. Oh, there they go. Stop.
I get it on the mobile. I get it.
That's
Yeah,
Holly
mobile, I
doing
get
that. Holly's doing that. She knows it winds me up.
Because we were sending smoke signals to one another earlier.
Oh, fucking hell.
It's on my YouTube
That is really, really annoying because when you're modding on a channel, I can't see the 3. Oh, no, hang on. If I press on the...
Yeah, look, I don't...
Oh, yeah, I just got to highlight it and press on
mine.
it.
I don't get it on mine. I've got the
Yeah,
heart.
that's right. Yeah.
Mind you, I don't do YouTube on my phone, see. For some reason, it won't load it up. It just sends you around in circles.
It's gone from my phone, but it's on my computer upstairs.
It's just the way they try and harass you, and it's like hiding the comments. I mean, to see half of my comments on each video, I have to go into the dashboard and go into them that way. Because the other one I use, they'll probably stop it now and say it on here, is I'll use my second channel. to go and view my own video so I can see the fucking comments.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
You know, I've said it in a video that they're like little schoolboys with a tissue under the fucking desk getting off it, you know, annoying people.
Well, I mean, look, if you look at the amount of effort that people do to actually before they go live, you know, no one just turns the bloody camera on and goes live.
No.
Well, I don't know.
Well, yeah, all right. I mean, I'm just talking about it, and these idiots just come on and they just want to rip you a new arsehole, and they've never put any effort in their life. The only effort they put in is responding to the effort you put in.
Yeah, I just don't know why they do it. It's got to be pure harassment.
Oh, who just went then?
What?
Did someone just go then?
Stitch.
Oh, Stitch. Isn't it
Yeah,
weird? I'm looking at all.
It
I'm
was a
looking
conversation
at
that she's not involved in, but it's nice of her to drop in. It's getting her over her anxiety of being up.
She was just a little bit nervous just coming online.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think she got over her anxiety the other night on my stream. Didn't hold back.
Did you?
Fair play to her. No,
Afternoon, Adrian, Serality, welcome in, guys.
There was somebody on my stream the other day that pissed a few people off, and Stitch didn't and let them know, and you know, fair play for it.
Good girl.
Hope you're well, mate. Hope the sheep are okay.
The
And
thing is,
so-
if you've got something to say, you've got to say it. Otherwise, you're not being yourself. You're not being honest, you know?
Hiya, Saul.
All right, so he was a plonker, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter how friendly a stream you got going. It's, yeah, you know, people are going to say something that somebody doesn't agree with, they're not quite comfortable with. But if it's a mate and you know them, and if you know you're making them feel uncomfortable, you know, you try and put them at their ease, either that or if they're being a complete twat, you just drop them in at the deep end.
Yep.
Saul is not Saul, it's Stitch using swords.
He's still out. He hasn't let you loose with his computer, has he?
His phone's died.
Oh, the phone's died. That's one problem you don't have when you stream from a computer. Well, unless them fucking idiots in power cut the electric, I suppose. But I could wire up that alternator out there and have you out on the patio pedaling the bike to keep me powered, couldn't I?
Me?
Yeah. But you'll be able to reach the handlebars, the cat can't.
I want one of those walkie scooter things.
Walking scooter thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you literally walk on a treadmill and that's attached to the rear wheel, the wheels, and produces the drive. And you walk at 3 miles an hour, but you go along at about 12 miles an hour.
So your rate of exhaustion, I will get power for what, 2 minutes? You probably get more out of her than me, mate.
Making a punch bag with your face on.
Take your glasses off first. You haven't got a job yet.
No, I did make one out there once. When all the wind turbines were being developed, because I was a right one for messing around out in the workshop and turning things into things they shouldn't. And I'd seen a diagram on how to turn a car alternator into a generator. Now, what I didn't know was there's another little bit of wire you have to put in, which changes the voltage and the polarity or something in that. I don't know.
Yeah,
What
that's right. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But apparently I didn't put it in. So when I plugged a bulb into it to see if it was working, the whole bloody thing just went into meltdown and exploded.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Okay, we'll give up on that idea.
I built a house in the Philippines, and because we've got the sun there all day long, I put a load of solar in with batteries and everything else. And I can run 18 hours a day without, and that's running AC and everything without actually taking off grid.
Oh, that's not bad.
But it's because I've got the sun. You know, I've got the sun and I've got the battery power to keep it up. But I mean, the batteries again cost a bloody fortune. I've just found another company that's selling them now, and I'm talking to them. Will they send them to the Philippines? And they're like, oh, and I said, just send the fucking things, will you? You know, because
Well,
they
did have for years one of the old military radio crank
that's
generators.
right, yeah, generators.
I don't know what happened with that because I did actually put it on a bike frame and fitted a set of pedals to it.
Electro Boom is brilliant, Loafer. He's funny, he is. Channel
Yeah,
on
I'll tell you
YouTube.
what, there's some good channels come out of Canada at the moment. There's some bad ones, but there's some good ones.
Well, the Canadians are pretty much rich with an accent. You know what I mean?
I used to talk to a lot of Canadians. I had one in New Zealand as well that I used to talk to regular, but once they started the oppression and online censoring over there, that his communications got cut.
Oh, everything.
That was when Shergar was in charge over there, and it don't look like things are getting better.
Well, didn't she just get a new job recently? Didn't she get a brand new job?
She's gone in with something to do with
Prince
the royal
William.
family.
Prince William.
That's it. It was something to do with the royal family. Yeah, the Prince
Yeah,
William.
Prince William. Yeah, for her eco projects. You know, so he's just employed her.
Oh, look who we got here.
Hello.
Hello, Daniel, and your purple shirt.
Blue.
There we go.
Oh,
We've got
oh.
six on. Look, full house for once. That's the first time that's happened.
Woohoo!
Hello.
Hello, Stitch.
Hi. Yeah, bloody funny guys. I was trying to help myself downstairs, and then I got halfway and it bloody died. I was like, fuck's sake.
Oh.
Yeah, I did that bloke was doing my head in, so that's why I told him off. I do get a little bit of ball sometimes.
You did amazingly.
Yeah, that was fucking no. Listen, there was not a single person on that stream that I saw that was like, "What's she doing?" Everyone was like, "Fucking go on, girl."
Yeah, it's like my missus that night, wasn't it, on your stream with a certain person.
Oh yes.
Hilarious. Yeah, I thought she was coming at me. I saw her tear assing across the living room behind me. I'm like, fucking hell.
Take cover.
Duck and run.
Hello, Mrs. W.
Right, let's see how long this camera holds up again now. I've
Hello, my
restarted.
darling.
Whee, it's working again. I called her that. Yeah. Yeah, it's resist. I had pet names for all of them, all the politicians and that.
I'm going to slip off in a minute. By the way, guys, I just wanted to.
No worries, mate.
Okay,
say,
mate.
Just I've still got some videos to try and get done for today. And I've been asked.
Wait. We haven't discussed what everyone's having for dinner yet.
Oh, well, I've just got
Everybody in the chat.
Big Mac on its way.
You've got what, sorry?
Double Big Mac on its way and 20 nuggets.
Oh,
So
you've
you've given up on the meal delivery thing then on the healthy eating side.
Yeah, no, I've still got that. That's coming tomorrow, but I've run out
Are
of
you
food.
eating that as well as the Big Double Mac?
No, not today, I'm not. No, that other food delivery doesn't get it till tomorrow, and I've run out of food. So
I would kill for some chicken nuggets right now, but I can't fucking eat them anyway. So
they've got new sauces in Mackey's as well, ranch and chipotle.
Ooh.
So I've got one of each to go with my nuggets.
Adrian saying hi in the chat.
Hi, Adrian.
He was in earlier. He went off for something and he popped back in.
Good afternoon, Adrian.
What was that, sweetheart?
I just said good afternoon, Adrian.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
And
No,
Tiff won't be on soup for much longer.
Yeah, soup is nice until you have to eat it every fucking day like poor Tiff.
Yeah, definitely with fries.
I don't mind soup. It's got to be different every day. You can't eat the same fucking thing every day. Do you know what I mean? But different flavour is not so bad.
Even different varieties of soup, though. If you're eating it every single day, it's like, oh, really?
Yeah, but Tiff's not allowed anything with it because of.
I'm just going to go and get another drink because something else crossed my mind then, and I can't talk about it at this time of day.
So she can't have that bread and butter that you'd normally have. Yeah, no.
Oh, my delivery is outside, so I will back in a moment.
He's going to sit there and eat his fucking nuggets in front of me, isn't he?
Why can you not get any home?
Because I can't eat them anyway. I'm struggling to eat at the moment.
Why?
I'm just waiting for my camera to freeze when I'm walking up there one day, and I'll look like one of them statues at the seaside, won't I?
Don't expect us to throw money at you, though.
Andy, good afternoon, mate.
I only started my channel to do a begging channel. What? I'm not allowed to beg anymore.
You can beg if you want.
Nah, no need, only playing. Yeah.
Join the grifter clan. Apparently, everybody on fucking YouTube is a grifter. So.
Oh no! It's just any YouTuber who puts Philippines in their title, in their title, is they're basically e-beggars, and they are a disgrace. You know what I mean? I normally after Saturday when I do the live, I go on to the Philippines e-beggar site and their live streams, and I eventually end up getting banned from every site. So I've got nothing left to get banned from now. Yeah.
Aim high, Murph. Aim high.
I've got total respect. We're sitting here, we're talking about trolls, and I'm sitting there, and there's one fella called Jeff. Jeff does the Philippines, and I call him Hef. And he hates it because I always just call him Hef. You know, don't call me Hef.
Brilliant.
I think that's what probably pissed off YouTube when I first, because in my first video, I openly said I'm never going to monetize my channel.
Well, YouTubers said they're never going to monetize me.
Oh, they offer it to everybody, but
no. They've actually said no. You cannot be monetized.
That's because of your content in your videos that you did.
Yeah, but I didn't do anything too badly.
No, they're the same. Anything you'd probably get it, but you'd have to jump through hoops and all sorts.
Yeah, I can't be asked. I do it because I enjoy it, not because I'm looking for money from it.
Yeah.
I earn my money elsewhere. You know what I mean?
I started mine. Dan encouraged me because I used to go on his channel at the beginning, and they all encouraged me to start my own. And I thought, well, yeah, I'll give it a go. So I just started with a £3 microphone and my phone and a laptop. I'd go out, do my videos with my phone, and then put it on the laptop. And half of them, I didn't even know how to edit them. So it was just a video off the phone, and that was it.
Yeah. I'm pretty crap at editing as well. I mean, I tend to do one-shot takes.
Yeah, resist. That's the thing with it, is they say you make money at it, but you've got to do an awful lot of bloody work, more than you would in a full-time job, to earn that sort of money from it.
Yeah.
Unless you're lucky, like one of these influencers that just get things thrown at them, then it is, like Dan will tell you, the work he puts into his channel to what he gets out of it. You're working for less than minimum wage.
It's pitiful. Yeah, it's pitiful. You know what I mean? And it's like if you look at the van life channels, you know, all of them have now got the EcoFlow battery, and that's all they're talking about, the EcoFlow battery. You know, that they've all, and every one of them get it at the same time. And the thing, that's not that. When you first started out, you were about lifestyle. You're about the lifestyle of living in a van, driving around the place, going to Europe. Now it's about, look, the latest EcoFlow is here. You know.
Well, I used to watch a fishing channel, the Fish Locker, John Locker, down in
Oh, yeah.
down in Cornwall. When he started out, it was a brilliant little channel, very informative, and it was almost like watching a documentary.
Yeah.
But now he does 20-minute videos, and he's gone too commercialized. He's bought a new boat out of the money he's made from it. He's got tackle companies throwing tackle at him, so he's advertising their equipment, and that's not what I used to watch it for, and I just don't bother anymore.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with you there, but look, at least he got himself a new boat out of it, and he got,
Yeah.
he did what he needed to do, and like I say.
He puts a lot of work into it. Fair
Yeah.
play to him on that, because I know chugging a boat around and launching all the time and shit like that. It is long-winded and it takes a lot of energy.
Well, it's like my wife is from the Philippines, and she watches a channel about these. There's about 6 Filipino guys, and they all go off together and they go fishing for crabs and whatever else. They'll dive into rivers, they'll go into the sea, they'll do whatever. And in the Philippines, they harpoon the fish rather than net them or do anything else. So it's all that. And I said, how many people watch that channel? Because she's always watching, and she said, oh, they've got around 4 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's a very simple channel, but because they're Filipino, and this is why when all the COVID barriers jumped down, you saw 2 things happen in the Philippines. First of all, every influencer who had been stuck in Thailand with no views suddenly went to the Philippines and was talking about, oh, look how wonderful the Philippines is. And every paedophile left the UK and went to the Philippines.
Yeah, influencers, they don't influence me in any way, shape or form. They're just, I don't know what you call them. Certainly not influencers. But they're so woke with the way they go about it sometimes,
Oh, Jesus, it's nauseating.
It's wokeness is the new virus.
Yeah.
That's it. You drinking brandy for a straw there, or is that your shake?
Ice latte.
Ice latte. Whoa.
Guys, I'm going to skip. Sorry.
This is my Lucasade pack.
Why not? I've got no cola for my brandy, so that's going to stay like that until Sunday.
Fucking good.
So I'm off ski anyway, guys.
All right, mate. Always a pleasure to have your company in it.
I'm going to get on with another video. So
All right,
I'll catch you all a bit later on.
Have a good one, buddy.
See you later, boss.
Catch you
Pleasure,
later.
matey.
Well, I'll chat.
Right, who else we got in the chat? I've been glancing at it, but yeah, it's always nice to have Pat dropping him
Oh, he's a good lad.
And his purple shirt.
and his purple shirt. Oh, don't start that one again. He'll pop back up.
I have seen that shirt in real life. It is purple. It is not blue.
There you go. Look in the chat. Blue shirt.
That's purple.
Purple.
That's purple.
Purple.
And it writes purple as well. It's purple. Dan's blue.
Purple.
Purple nurple.
Oh, jeez.
Let's take a vote. Everyone in chat, if you think Dan's shirt was purple, press 1. If you think
No.
it's blue, press 2.
Lavender.
With a little touch of pink.
Lavender is still a shade of
If,
purple.
if I turn the brightness up on this thing, that's what my face looks like with the sunlight coming through there.
No, I bought this Godox light as a backlight, just to do a backlight on the wall and everything else like that. But it is terrible.
Well, I can. Where are we? Boom, 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 boom. As I found out, how do I put that on? Yeah. Put that on. There you go. See?
Oh, check you out.
Oh, right, look at that. Whoa.
No cat toys on the floor behind me.
We just need we need Mrs. W on that piano now.
Well, to be honest, I could do it before. I knew it was there, but my computer never had the power. It killed the stream. But there you go. She's got one up there as well. Look, because she's got a new computer as well.
I'm just another brick in the wall.
Well, say hello to Reese. He's got a bad tummy today. He's been shitting through the eye of a needle.
Hello, guys. You right?
Hello,
Good
Reece.
afternoon, Reese. Welcome, mate. Can I just ask whether you've got your microphone plugged in or not?
Yep,
No, he hasn't.
please do not pee. You are live on YouTube.
Yeah, they're all watching you last week.
And listening.
Yes, we couldn't help but listen.
Yeah, he's not embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed.
Yeah,
I do apologise.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a point. I can download my own pictures to put in them backgrounds, can't I?
You can, yeah, you can bring them in if you're on
Oh,
StreamYard.
I
You
can
can.
have some fun with that.
I'm still working it out. When I was on the other ones the other day, this big Nazi bloody signal came up behind me. I went, "Whoops, sorry."
Well, what you can do with StreamYard is you can almost do like a private practice stream. So you can play it back yourself and see how it looks and stuff like. You can actually do videos on there as well.
I'm sort of one of these people who doesn't really care.
Yeah, I don't. I just put them on my computer, and every now and again I'll empty a week's worth off and put them on the external hard drive.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
But
Yeah.
that went horribly wrong last time. I lost a load in the data transfer with a cheap bloody hard drive, and oh, pardon me. Was
I've got some good hard drives around, but I just they're mainly for work, you know.
yeah, it's,
I got SSDs. I don't buy the hard drives anymore. I bought a what was it, Western or whatever it was called. I bought that. I had a load of stuff on that, and like I had because I'm in the I run big sites and big buildings and that. I had every health and safety risk assessment and documentation as issued by the health and safety executive. Had it all on that file, and then I went to take it out and give it to the company I was working for, so that they could do proper risk assessment and method statement. I won't get too technical, but the fucking thing let me down. So after that, I went SSD only.
I should have a risk assessment. I'm a risk to myself, me.
You're the reason that there are risk assessments.
All right, boys and girls. It's Rusty. Saul.
Hello,
Hi,
mate.
Paul.
You on Stitch's stream?
Yeah, I just got back from town. I was doing some
Yeah,
shopping
no worries,
stuff.
mate.
Just got back. I just thought I was here.
Yeah, she said you were out, so
Just done. I got a bargain today. I mean, you know what I'm like. I like bargains. I found this standard lamp today with a shade and the bulb in it, and about £15. I was sure they're about £50-60 to buy. So I thought, well, as soon as I'm getting the cab home, I'll pick it up on the way home. You know what I mean? It's great. It's lovely.
I love a bargain.
Oh, you know, for £15, right? You couldn't beat it.
I say so long as my phone has got the battery to show it.
Oh, it hasn't gone up that.
No.
That's fair.
You have to go on yours. I'll go off and then you go on yours and then you show it. I'll go off so you can go on.
The best thing on a live, nothing
There's a
better.
link in the chat.
Yes, at the top of the thing. It's nice to speak to everybody anyway.
all right,
It's
Stitch,
been
you're always
lovely to
welcome,
have you here,
sweetheart. You
Stitch.
know that.
Yeah, nice to meet you,
Thank
Steve.
you. Yeah, Angie, thank you. Bye.
Take care, darling.
Darling.
Take care, mate.
Bye, and you. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Stitch.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's such a
she's lovely,
sweetheart.
look, Stitch is. I'm
Yeah,
surprised
she's a-
Beardy ain't dropped in this afternoon. He's got. Didn't he say he's got one of his club meetings or something, babe? He had
Can't
something to do
remember.
with the Veterans Association. He was going to sort out today or something like that.
I know he said he got his car back
Oh, that was it. Yeah,
and he
yeah,
was off
yeah.
to
It was. I knew there was
take some
something
pictures
something
somewhere.
to do with the car.
Yeah, I've got 2 British Legion things to go to here in Dubai this
I
week.
don't know whether that was today or over the weekend.
Afternoon,
Hey,
Sol.
Sol.
I'm here now. How guys? How you doing? You all right? Everybody good?
Yeah, not
He's
bad.
back in control.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you, like, just went out before. As I say, I seen this lamp the other day, and you know, I was like, "How am I going to get that all?" Do you know what I mean? And then I said to Ellen, I said to my wife, I said, "I really like it. You know what I mean? I have to take a picture and then send it over to you, let you see it, like." And I was down there again today, and like I seen it, I thought, I'm not leaving that here. Forget that. It's coming home. So that's the way it goes sometimes. The bargains, you know what I mean? You got to look around for them, man. You got to look around for them bargains. Let me show you anyway. Let me show you, because I thought it was fucking
Yes.
brilliant.
Yes, we want to see the bargain.
We like bargains.
Well, you not think?
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
that's nice.
Is that
That's
brand?
nice.
Yeah, it's got a little spotlight on it and everything. I was buzzing, man. You know what I mean?
I
Buzzing
was
off it.
going to take my camera off and show you because my
What'd you
mic
say,
stand
Sol?
is made out of one of them.
Sorry?
My mic stand is made out of one of them.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's made of like it'd be like stainless plate. You know, we plated up with some, I don't know, some kind of. It looks like brass finish, brushed, but it's so clean, and it was so nice. I just thought I can't leave that there. Do you know what I mean? Anyway,
Sol, have you got
Yeah.
have you got a B&M near you?
it's over in. It's in the next town. It's like how many miles is that?
Don't know, but
It's-
I love being him.
B&M's all right, man. Like I went over there.
I was going to say, if you've got a B&M near you, download the B&M app, and there's a scanner on it. And what
Oh, yeah.
happens is they don't always price things down to what they are on the system. So
Yeah.
you can go around and scan things, and it could say 30 quid on the shelf, but it's actually registering at like a tenner. People are literally like getting so many bargains that way. It's fucking brilliant.
We need to go there and do that.
Yeah, I went over. I went over there. I think it was about probably 4 weeks ago, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went over and I was looking for a frame because, like, we got an authentic Johnny Depp picture, you know, signed off by Johnny Depp, right? I've been meaning to put it in a frame for ages, you know. So anyway, I was looking around for a frame and I found one, the right one, you know, in B&M. I looked everywhere and I couldn't find one, you know, like something that was suitable. I went to B&M, I found the right one there straight first time.
What are you doing, monster?
So I'm kind of impressed with that shop sometimes, because you do find the odd thing in there that you can actually use. Doesn't break up on you, you know.
And it was cheaper.
Well, I've got the 2 sports cameras I bought from there for less than, I think one cost me less than 15 quid because the packaging was damaged. And I've got 2 little tiny spy cameras as well. Some of the stuff is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's next level Poundland.
B&M is my Achilles heel, but with Danny, it's B&Q. He bloody loves B&Q. Absolutely loves it.
I think I downloaded it last night for B&Q.
Warehouse, I'll see you later.
No, seriously, he's like a kid in a sweet shop going into B&M. B&Q.
Yeah, it's like my missus with the Disney store, man. Yeah, she loves it. But she's a big collector, you know. I don't know if she's ever told you.
No.
We kind of gathered by the name.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, like, you cannot imagine what she's got here. It's incredible.
That's what I was thinking when I was saying about doing a channel and that. That's what I was thinking of doing, but it was like, I don't know how to, because I was like, I watch a lot of like the people who do videos on it, and they're able to like get a lot of stuff, and they go to the parks and all that. I can't do that, but I've got a lot of things, but I just don't. But I don't want to look like I'm showing off, and I don't know. I don't know whether I just don't know whether I've got enough about me to do it, because a lot of them have got like really big personalities, and you know they're like really good, and I'm not like that. So I don't know.
That's something you develop over time, though. When your confidence grows. What I tend to do, because I'm starting up a new channel, and what I tend to do is I go and look at channels similar to the one that I'm going to be starting, and I go all the way back to their first videos and sort of have a look at like how they started and things like that. And when you see things like that, it puts it into perspective that, oh, well, actually, I can do this. I can actually do this.
Yeah.
Like I say, like serious collectors, as I say, you know, they, you know, like they've got a bit of a like you say, you've got to be able to express themselves and stuff like that, and they get the confidence, and it's like water off a duck back for some people, isn't it?
But not only that, though. I mean, look. I mean, if you've got the collection, I mean, you could start off just by saying, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 4 or 5 of my little things that I've got, and I'm going to research them. I'm going to get everything that was done, find out who designed them, what they were in the film, who was the designer of the film, put all of those down as information graphs, and then talk about that particular character, what film it was in, why he was brought in, who designed it, who did this, who did that. You don't have to be an expert. You just have to do the research and get the information. And once you've got the information and you can sit there and talk about it, someone will watch it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think she backed up with all that, to be honest with you. She tells me things about Disney, like some of the characters and everything, and like I wouldn't know. Just like someone else probably wouldn't know, you know what I mean? Like so.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's how you start the channel. You take the character, you talk about the character, and you can do 15 minutes, 20 minutes talking about the character. Done, finished, closed. Next character. Bang.
Like 5 hours about Stitch.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like that with Harry Potter, though.
Oh, I love Harry Potter.
Yeah, we got the game, you know.
Massive Harry Potter collector.
I'm Lord of the Rings. I'm Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, we got the game, you know, like the PS5 game, the Harry Potter game.
I love Harry Potter.
I'll tell you what, man, you've got to see the graphics on that game.
Good.
It's incredible.
I haven't got a PlayStation or an Xbox because the man cub took them with him when he flew the nest.
Oh,
He actually took the PlayStation.
He took the PlayStation and the Xbox, but they were his. So
he got his priorities right. Then he got his priorities right. He left the one with his life.
I'm just wondering what she's doing with a bloody dinosaur sat on her lap. Up
I want to know if Stitch knows who this is.
Yeah, she'll know. Who's that? Put it on screen, big screen.
That's from Toy Story. And
Can I see it on big screen?
I'm just
the Toy Story one was green.
Yeah, that was Rex. That's not Rex. That looks like the one out of Good Dinosaur, is it?
No, that's Toy Story. Toy Story.
No,
that's Rex, isn't it? The one from Toy Story, and he's like a different green color.
yeah. No, this is Butch from The Good Dinosaur.
That's also the Good Dinosaur. I said the Good Dinosaur first.
That's Butch.
Oh, what's
the
going
big
on
one
here?
with the
That
scar.
film makes me cry. I love it. It's so sad. I love that film.
This was my grandson's, and he was getting rid of some of his toys. And my daughter said, "You've got to give that one to Nanny because
Aw.
I've got a thing for Sam Elliott."
See you,
Sam
Pat.
Elliott
Take
is the
care,
man
mate.
Butch.
Nice of you to drop in. Much
Still got his tags.
No, it's from a kid, isn't it?
Yeah, he won't have his tags on. You look around online, you find out that that's probably worth some dough. That.
Yeah, but some of them, like, I don't like a lot of mine are worth something, but I don't even care because it's not about that for me. I just get it because I like it.
This is priceless. My Oscar gave it me.
Yeah.
That's
All
cool.
the ones that my kids give me, I'd never sell them or get rid of them in a million years.
Exactly.
One of my favourites.
Right, Holly. Sorry to drop in there. If I wanted to make somebody full screen, which one is it?
You've got the layouts, haven't you?
Yeah, I got the 1 person, 2 person, 2 person side by side, 3, and then.
I'm back in a moment, guys.
All right, so
Ditch is still
Don't-
here.
Don't you put it into big screen and then click on the person that you want to put on full screen?
right, hang on, let's try that. No, it's coming up. Remove, edit name, kick from studio. No, I don't want to kick Heather from the studio. Hang on. I've just spotted something. Right.
There you go.
There we go. That's another thing I know how to do.
Yay!
Butch, complete with Scar.
See, there's 2 dinosaurs on the channel now.
3. Me as well.
I describe myself, I identify as the colossal fossil. See you, Adrian. Take care, buddy. Look after yourself, mate. You're always welcome in here, mate.
I've got another meeting booked for 8 o'clock, so I'm going to have to duck out as well now, guys.
All right, mate. Well, I'm only going to keep going another, quarter of an hour, 20 minutes or so.
Yeah. Well, I've just got to get ready and prepare for this. I've got to put a business shirt on. It's a Zoom meeting, so I've got to put a business shirt on and crack on from there. All right?
Nice to have you in, mate. Appreciate you coming in.
No
Bye,
worries.
man. See you
Anyone
tomorrow.
around 11 o'clock tomorrow, we will fuck it up all over again. Okay?
Yeah, I might not be on for long, but I will drop in. That is
Okay.
11 o'clock our time, isn't it?
Your time 11.
Yeah.
Your time 11. Okay, guys.
Take care, buddy. Look
Take
after
care,
yourself. Yeah, he done bloody well for his first one last week. And I think it was easier for him having Reese there because Reese has got a brilliant personality as well.
It's easier when you've
always
got
better when
somebody
you've got
to
someone
talk
to
to.
bounce off. Well, it's even nice when you've got someone to bounce on, but that's another story. That's evening talk.
Don't go there again.
No, I've shut up. Well, it's actually been quite nice this afternoon to have a few ladies on the panel as well, rather than just one. And
Who the fuck are you calling a lady?
well, yeah, I'll use the term loosely, but there are still some out there. You know what I mean?
You slapped on the beat there, Rog.
How dare you insult me?
Careful, you get slapped on the beat, Roger.
Don't worry, mate. Everything that I've done wrong will be taken out of my ass later on.
Not by me. Not by me.
No, I've been good today. I've done the washing up.
You know, you're a star, darling. You're a star. Aren't you?
I will come round and watch Roger take a beating from you, though, Heather. I will enjoy that.
I'll film it for you.
You would as well.
Post it on Discord.
People think you're joking. I know you're right.
My waggy.
There's a puppy on the screen.
She's 7. This is not a puppy. There you go, sweetie.
Just having one
they're
half of
all
a pair of slippers.
puppies.
Where's the other one?
My Chihuahua is probably about 8 years old this year, and he's still my puppy.
Oh, she's always my little baby. She's so cute.
I think it's something that's easier to do with a small dog than it is to do with a larger dog. Calling something that stands 6 foot tall when it leans on your shoulders, you can't call them a puppy.
Yes, you can.
Give me a second. I'm just going to unpack some stuff.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, but that one,
It's a
the only
collection
chance
of
it's got
fridge
leaning on your
magnets.
shoulders is when it stood on them.
I actually had that once when I was at work. Somebody came in and he had it was a Malamute cross with a wolf dog. And I'd never ever seen this dog before in my life. And he came charging over to me, jumped up at me. He had his paws on my shoulders and his head was probably about 5 inches above my own. And all he wanted to do was lick my face. And I was just like, oh my God, hello, puppy, you're so beautiful.
Well, that's what that Irish Wolfhound was doing just before it took the chunk out of there.
Oh.
My neighbour when I was younger had a collie, and he would always greet me by charging across the room, garden, whatever, and putting his paws on my shoulders. Then, having licked me to death, he would then wrap his arms around me and try to proceed to hump my leg.
A bit like me then.
Without fail.
Yeah. There you go.
It's because he loves you.
I gathered
Another
that.
present.
That's not a present.
You can see her trying to drag me round the bedroom while I'm hanging off her leg. Mind you, the cat used to try and hump me until we had her done. She used to pin me in the bed. She'd pin on my leg, all four claws dug in, and she just would not get off. It was I don't know what was up with her.
She loves you.
Oh,
Cats
she
are
did then.
weird.
And the thing is, if I tried to pull her off, she'd attack me.
Well, yeah.
What? Hello, the chat just disappeared and came back then. It's almost like, I don't know, am I taking pictures of it? I shouldn't be taking fucking screenshots. What's going on?
It is probably just a YouTube thing. It's been playing up on a lot of streams.
Yeah.
Even streams that aren't against YouTube's.
Yeah,
narrative
it's
and all
like
that.
it's refreshing itself every now and again.
I've noticed
might
sometimes
be.
when I'm watching it jumps because there's a couple of comments that have come out at the same time, but one comes up second and that overtakes the bottom one.
Yeah, it's weird.
But the fact
I
that
know
it's only
YouTube have
low
been
for
having
commenting, I
problems.
can't see it being that.
I mean, YouTube has got problems all the way across the platform at the moment. They
That's
just
because
don't seem to be able
YouTube
to
has
keep up with
started.
any of it.
YouTube has started day drinking. YouTube starts their day with mimosas
I want
and
a job
bottomless
there.
brunches.
They get in the office, have their dose of fentanyl, and that's it. They're screwed.
Yeah, that's
And they just
probably it.
sit at the
Actually,
desk like zombies.
just hitting the keyboard with their fists.
That's some evil stuff, that fentanyl.
Oh God, it's horrible.
I'll tell you, I've actually stopped watching that Kensington Avenue channel. It's just so depressing to see like a whole community like that on the street. It's
The thing is, though, they're now starting to put fentanyl in marijuana, aren't they?
That'll be a ride, won't it?
Oh my life! It's
but
awful.
but when you drive down a street like that, and no matter which side you look, there's homeless camps and people just stood there hunched over, zombified in public in the middle of the road, and America's supposed to be one of the civilized countries, as they say. It's far from it. I mean, the way they treat our homeless and that here and the veterans is bad, but it is nothing like to what I'm seeing from over there.
No, but the thing is, though, unfortunately, what happens over there usually comes over here.
Yeah. And there are places where the fentanyl is starting to get more popular now, apparently.
Yeah. And
You have
not
to
only
leave
that,
and come back in because it's all frozen up.
Okie dokie.
Oh, hang on. It's all right now. It's better now. It's come back. Just go on, Boo. What was that?
Oh, you're back, are you, Danny?
Hello.
Yeah, we'll give it another 10 minutes or so because I shall start feeling hungry soon. Although I did get my breakfast made for me earlier.
Oh.
Only toast, but it always tastes better when somebody else makes it. I don't know why.
It absolutely does. And do you know what? Actually, there is a science behind that, and it's all to do with your sense of smell. So when you're
because
cooking,
you're not stood in front of it cooking it.
Yeah, when you're cooking
Yeah.
something, your nose kind of gets used to it. So then when you eat it, it doesn't, it doesn't taste as good.
The trouble is, my sense of smell is absolutely screwed anyway through a few years of powder abuse when I was younger.
I
Yeah,
put
so
it down
mine's
to
a bit like that.
anticipation.
They're knackered. Plus, with the fire and that, when that got up there, that didn't help.
Why did you have fire in your nose?
When I had the fire in the race car.
Oh, oops! My autism
was
just
gonna-
slipped out then.
he does
That
this.
literally.
Yeah, that's how I burnt my throat and that. I forgot to take a last breath as it blew and hold my breath, and I took a breath while I was sat in it.
Jeez.
I'm sure that's what started me cough off, because I seem to have had it for years ever since then as well.
He was
More than
trying to
likely.
convert into dragon.
I want to be a dragon.
But it was quite funny actually, because I did get a free night on the Beard meeting afterwards. One of the American drivers come up to me. He said, "Oh, I've got an honest question for you." He said, "I'm a fellow driver." He said, "And if you answer it honestly," he said, "there's a free case of beer in the marquee tonight for you." I said, "Go on then, ask your question." He said, "Did you shit yourself?" I said, "Yes." He said, "You're an honest man." He said, "Because we've all done it in that situation for the first time."
Gotcha.
And fair dues, he did. He turned up at night in the marquee, walked straight in and gave me a case of beer.
They say
And it is,
adrenaline
is brown. It is liquid, but it is the only way of stopping your ass from burning in that situation. Any driver that has been in that situation and says any different, I'll call them a liar to their face. Because you're concentrating on trying to do so much. You got to turn your fire bottles on. You got to open the parachute. You got to turn the fuel off. You got to try and slow the car down before you can even use the brakes by bouncing off the Armco, because the brakes will burn off. The last thing you think of doing is clenching your frigging cheeks.
Yeah, excuse me while I burn to death, but it's okay because I won't shit myself. Oh, you've
Oh,
done
you got
some
a new
crazy
barrel, haven't
shit.
you, Chalky? Couldn't you get one at the Scrappy, mate? Sorry, Holly.
Try.
Chalky's been having issues with his bike. The ignition barrel's fucked up. But yeah, I've got some weird racing stories like that from the past. Sometimes they come to the front of my brain, and sometimes they just sit in the background until they get triggered. And it's like the police pulling up alongside me in my old Vauxhall Viva. "You were doing over the speed limit." I said, "No, I wasn't." He said, "You were. Your tyres were squealing." I said, "If my tyres are squealing going round a corner, mate," I said, "they're doing their job and laying down fucking rubber." And I wasn't going over 30 mile an hour. But he said, "Yeah, but you were going round a roundabout at the time." I said, "It don't matter." I said, "If you think I broke the law, give me a ticket." But I was the sort of arsehole. I painted it black, matte black, with household paint, and put USAF down the side in big silver letters. And I used to pull up alongside police cars and just lean out and say, "You can't see me. I'm in a stealth." But yeah, they used to pull me quite regular, but most of the time it was just a joke with them. They knew I was a clown, and I took the piss out of them. But they, there was things they couldn't get me on, so they never used to bother. It was like harassment that they used to do back in the 70s. But there again, yeah, we were tearing around in cars, but usually it was a 1300 Escort or a 1600 Capri, not a fucking 500 brake horsepower BMW like they are now.
No, I think it was the it was the Sierra Cosworth that actually, when that was introduced, that's when the police upgraded their cars and helicopters and stuff.
Because my brother had the RS Sapphire Cosworth, He's got an Audi R8 V10 now, but
Oof.
amongst BMWs and other things. But
I do love an Audi.
yeah, to me, that I don't like all the technical shit in them. I prefer a bare bones V8 that I know what I'm doing with. You ain't got to plug it into a bloody laptop to tune it.
Yeah. Well, it's like these boy racers nowadays where they're showing off and that, and I just look at them and go, you do that without your traction control, your ABS, your onboard computer, your stability control, and all of that.
Yeah.
You try doing that in a 1990s car with none of that shit. You
Yeah.
would be on your arse or your lid.
Exactly. And most of them that they haven't got proper gearboxes and clutches, you know.
No, they haven't. The
It's-
cars basically drive themselves. It's like, dude, you've got no skill.
Yeah.
The thing is, it gives them such a feeling of confidence that this is where they end up in trouble. They've got too much power and they just can't comprehend what it will do when they put their right foot down.
Yeah, exactly. And they don't know what to do when, you know, even the smallest thing goes wrong.
Well, I came across one and it was absolutely hilarious till I pointed it out to him and he saw the sense in it. It was a guy, he was just doing donuts in a street and he'd lost control of it and he just slammed into the curb and he folded his back axle in. You know, the car was totaled basically, it had to be towed away. And he said he couldn't understand what had happened. He said he'd put his foot on the clutch. I said, well, what it is, when you've got your wheels spinning at that speed, just if you take it out of gear, those wheels are going to still keep spinning until the wheels lose momentum and start to grip again. So as you take it down, press the clutch down, if you brake as well at the same time, that slows the rotation of the wheel down, which stops the slide. You can control the slide. Oh, I've never been able to do that. I said, well, that's why you've just wrecked your fucking car, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? It's to keep a car sideways, what people call drifting, is very, very difficult to get the balance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what these kids are doing, they're taking a stock BMW that's got the power to do it, but it hasn't got the steering angles, it hasn't got the geometry. So you're never going to be able to perfectly drift a standard car like you do a proper drift car.
No, you're not. It's not
I mean,
set up
you look
for
at
that.
some of the times when they're on the extremes and they're drifting, the proper cars, they've got their wheels almost at 90 degree to the bodywork of the car.
Yeah,
Because
I've
you've got
noticed
more
that
degree
actually.
of control.
I've noticed that actually with a lot of boy racers. They're starting to do their cambers like that.
Yeah.
With their cars, and it's like, you still can't drift. You're doing it for looks.
And the thing is, doing that on the road actually makes the car dangerous to drive on the road.
Yeah, it does.
Because inherently, all race cars are dangerous if you use them on the road.
They are. They're not designed to go on the road.
Yeah.
They're designed to be thrown around a track.
And most of these kids now, they've got that much bloody disposable money that they just go and buy a car, they chuck it into a workshop, say, I want this on it, that on it, and they buy bolt-on goods from bloody Alfords or wherever. And they know nothing about the car, nothing about the workings. I mean, we used to go to a scrapyard, we'd buy a car, and we'd literally tear it down to its last nuts and bolts and build it up from the ground ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew everything that was in that car. We knew everything, how it worked.
Yep.
And that's the thing that these modifiers don't get nowadays. Buying bits and bolting them on isn't modifying a car. It's just changing its appearance, which is a way of modifying, but not in the way we used to do it.
No, exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't dare look inside one of these modern engines. I wouldn't know where to bloody start with them.
No. The thing is, though, they design them now so that you can't work on them yourself.
Yes.
You know,
And I can tell you exactly when the first one was bought out. It was back in the 70s. It was British Leyland when they started using Japanese engines in the Montegos and the Maestros. They were the first production engine that the bolts that hold the cylinder head on went all the way through the engine and held the whole engine together. Up until then, cars, you could unbolt the head, you could unbolt the cylinders. On those, you couldn't. It was one bolt held the lot in.
Mm.
Because I was working for British Leyland at the time when they released them. And I never took one apart, and I'd never want to.
Yeah,
But-
Sorality's got it right. It's not modified, but personalised. Yeah, it's basically
exactly,
decorated.
Sorality. Well put, mate. Yes.
It's decorated.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. You're making it look pretty. You know, some of the kids used to do it sort of towards the end of my modifying stage when they started bringing out the modern cars like the newer Fiestas, the Corsas, and to get round the law and stuff like that and insurance. They'd buy an 1100 or 1300 and then put these huge body kits on them and a bloody great exhaust. It didn't make them any faster. It just made them prettier. You know, I'd rather put the money under a bonnet and have a car that's going to look like a normal rough old car, but scare the shit out of anybody that gets in it.
A sleeper.
That's the one. That's the one.
Love a sleeper. Actually, I remember when I had my XR2i. It was an H-Reg, and I had this boy racer come up behind me. What was he in? I think he was in like a Corsa or something. And then he pulled up beside me because we were at traffic lights. And he was like, "Hey, poxy little fucking H-Reg Fiesta." I was like, "Are you fucking shitting me right now, mate? Are you fucking shitting me?" So, yeah, beat him off the lights. He couldn't get past me for love nor money. And I basically made him eat my dust.
I used to love doing it. I'm just trying to find a picture. I don't know if I've got it on here.
I'd love to own another XR2i again. She was so much fun.
The bloody money they cost now.
I know. I do wish I'd kept mine, but I didn't have the money at the time to actually she basically the oil pump failed on it, so the engine seized. And I just didn't have the money to rip it out again and rebuild it. So I sold her on, and it's the worst mistake I ever made.
Yeah, I've got a few cars like that. I've still got photos of one or two of them upstairs, but no, I was trying to find one in particular, but it's obviously not on here, so it must be on me external hard drive. But that's the. Where are we? Share screen. That's the one I had me fire in, and that's me sat in the back up there.
Mm-hmm.
So you can imagine that thing going off like a grenade in front of you.
Yeah.
Sort of 190 mile an hour.
That's fucking mental.
He was.
You're bloody lucky to be here.
But
Still is.
actually drag racing in motorsport terms is one of the safest ones.
That's only because you're going in a straight line.
Yeah.
Doesn't
but
mean
it's also one of the
safe.
fastest. Oh, I've never been safe in any of them.
The clue is there. It's one of the safest.
Yeah.
Still bloody dangerous.
Oh, it can be. It's as safe as you make it. If you put the effort into building the car safely, wear the proper equipment, you're making yourself 80% safer yourself. But there
Takes
is
longer
that
to die.
20% of external conditions that you can't control, and that's the ones that do the damage. and you do rely on the safety crews a lot as well, because you do get into a situation where your car's in a position where you can't get out yourself. So you do rely on the safety crews to make sure there's no fire and stuff like that. So in a way, you are putting your life in somebody else's hands at the same time as well.
Hmm.
You know, we can't control every aspect of life, and there's always going to be something that's unexpected. And unfortunately, that's when racing drivers lose their lives.
I'm just doing something. Hang on.
Yeah, no worries, mate. But
Yeah,
it's one of them things people say, well, you always knew you could get hurt doing it, this, that, and the other. But yeah, you know the risks, and you're prepared to take the risks to do what you enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that make you an idiot?
Yes.
Well, in respects, yeah. You know, I mean, the doctors always said, well, take up something safer. And so I took up mountain biking, and look what that did to me. You know?
You suggested cycling, as in going down the path, not throwing yourself off the side of a mountain.
Yeah, but where's the fun in going down a path? This is
Yeah.
Roger.
What's the most enjoyment you get? Trying to run a rat over that runs across in front of you, you know. It's
Yeah, the doctor didn't know the boy.
No, he just thought I was doing normal cycling until I started breaking things and
Throwing in pictures.
yeah, that's it. Resist. Falling off don't hurt. It's the stopping once you've fallen off that hurts. Free solo. Yeah, climbing and that are some that I don't usually watch as adrenaline sports. It's more the mountain biking and the car racing. Yes, Chalky, that's it. You've got to be able to prepare to accept the consequences. And the biggest thing in that situation is always don't panic. It doesn't matter whether your ass is on fire, just don't panic.
And don't shit yourself.
Yeah, that happens more than a lot of them.
Or
would
take
like
a
to
pack of
admit.
wet wipes and a change of clothing.
Yeah, you do the check before you get in the car, you know. Base layer, top layer, nappy.
Yeah. Just in case.
Yeah, your engine's hot, it's burning. No, that's nothing to do with the engine. Just change this. Right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. That's 5:15 now. And
That means I've got to go and look for something for tea.
that's what I mean. Me and you will probably sit down and have the usual half-hour discussions on what we're having for tea.
Nothing.
Chicken wraps. Chicken wraps with veggies. Yeah, man.
We had chicken last night. Boily,
Salad.
Steve just dropped in as I'm shutting down. Typical.
All right, then. Catch you later on.
All right, so take care, mate.
Take
All
care.
right.
I'm sure
Bye,
Billy's
bye, Mrs.
aware
Sol.
and only says hello at the end.
Yeah, take care. All right,
I've
LSP.
been watching for the last 3 hours.
Yeah.
I'll see you later, Mrs. W.
Nice to meet you, Saul. I don't think
Yeah.
we've been on live together, apart from me in the
Yeah.
background.
All right. I'll see you Sunday anyway, if not before.
You will? You will?
All right.
I'll
See
be
you
in the
later, Rog.
background.
See you later, buddy.
Take care now. I'll talk. See you soon. All right. Take care. Stay safe.
Bye.
So before we drop off, I'd like to say thank you to everybody in the chat for dropping in and supporting the channel. Adrian, Rob, Resist, Loafer, Chalky. Who else we got in there? Obviously, Danny, Serality, Tiff, Ollie, obviously, my missus, my lovely missus sat up there in the corner. Thank you all very much for dropping in today. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. Nothing's got
Thank you
too
for
out of
having
hand.
us.
Oh,
I'm now
always
going to
so
go
that-
and think of Danny naked in the shower.
I will allow that. I will allow that because
I'm
it's
only
a bloody
thinking.
good view.
I'm only thinking.